Just have to get back up again.
Hello. We are finally live. Hopefully in sync. Hopefully looking good. With one of our players grabbing some coffee right now. So we will be starting in just a minute. How's everyone doing? Hey, I'm Scott. It's Phasing Players stream of the week. If you guys missed the last 6 weeks of our streams that we've definitely been doing, I don't know what to tell you. You might not be looking in the right place. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you know when I've gone live, because I definitely have every week for the last 6 weeks. The Mike, who is going to grab coffee right now, is the one who normally operates the stream. So you're just gonna be hanging out with me here. But trust me, we've got a game set up right here. Race Formula 90. James, you're here. There you are. Hey. I hope everyone's doing all right. I hope everyone's having a good, what day is it? Thursday. A good Thursday. Yeah, you know what? I haven't known about this game for too long. It's a relatively new title that I've brought to my collection maybe 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Not a veteran player, I will say right now. But I have played the game a handful of times solo. Once, just the other day, with my good friend James here.
Yep.
James, you won.
I did.
And I'm hoping to right that wrong today. It should be a good time. This game, it's from an Italian designer. I believe Alessandro Lala, I believe is his name. This game is also somewhat old in the scope of like board game age. It's pretty old. It is 8 years old. I think it's from 2013. So like it might as well be from like 1913 in board game years.
That's right.
People sort of forget about games once they're 5 years old. But yeah, it's from what I understand, one of the heavier, more involved racing games. There's my boy over here. One of the more heavier involved racing games out there. Honestly, James, maybe you can speak to this. It is pretty easy to understand.
Yeah. Cargo's vroom.
Cargo's vroom. What else do you need to know?
Yeah.
So we want to maybe switch cams here to our other people. There's Mike right there. I told you he was going to be around. You got coffee. Look at that. You want to tip it over, show everyone the coffee? It was a sound effect. That was the sound effect you were making. It was potentially no coffee in there.
It was not hot.
And there's the current reigning champ, the current race Formula 90 champion, James Major.
I'm pretty stoked.
I had made lower third for
here.
us and forgot to tell you about it, Mike, so they're not uploaded. But
there was too much other stuff to do.
There was a lot of stuff to do. It has, in all seriousness, it's been a little while since we were live here, and we had to reset a little bit. But we are live now.
But we're back. And we're here.
So,
and you know who we are. You don't need name tags.
Come on.
We're
live every week.
on.
You know us.
There's the board. I accidentally cut to the board.
So here's the board. So
perfect timing.
Perfect timing. Perfect segue. Hard cut to the board in the middle of a sentence. Here's the board setup. Race Formula 90. We're playing on the Monza track. This is the first edition of the game. I have no expansions for it. There are 2 expansions. And I say the first edition because there is a second edition coming as well. It just wrapped up on Kickstarter. Yes, it just wrapped up, but don't worry, you didn't miss out. You can still late pledge if you just search Race Formula 90 second edition Kickstarter, or go to the Board Game Geek page. The first edition was also a Kickstarter game. It had a campaign that lasted for like 8 hours, and I think it has like 17 backers.
You mentioned that, it was successful.
Because they was looking to raise like $90.
Okay.
It was successful.
The creator owned a copy, sold it, and needed the money to get it back.
I would love to know the story. I should look into it about the first edition of Kickstarter. Why it had 17 backers, how the game did come to production. This isn't like some crazy obscure rare game. There are not 17 copies of this in the world. There are a bunch.
At 17 backers, I want to know all of the backers. I want to know specifically who backed them, because that's enough people I can just know them all. Call each one.
So anyway, someone is saying the audio is a bit behind. I wouldn't be super shocked. It's an issue we always have, and it's the nightmare of our lives.
It was on when I tested it, but
it was on for a test. Try refreshing the stream. Is anyone else having issues?
I'm gonna take a listen here.
So yeah, we'll see if we can fix it. If not, we'll try to stay on the board for the most part, so you won't
the best
see the lack of the sync. What do you think, Mike? What does it look like?
It's still going, but you can keep talking.
Cool. We'll switch. Why don't you switch to the board for me? All right. So I'm going to give an explanation here of the game. Like I said, I've played it. James here has played it. Mike has not played it. This is his first time playing with us. So I'm going to give an explanation of the game for his sake, as well as for the people watching at home. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, it's a bit off.
A little off?
I don't know why, because when we looked at it just a moment ago, it was on.
We'll have to sit down and have a good figuring out of why that's the issue.
I'm blaming YouTube.
We're going to have to live with it for right now, everyone. I apologize. John Radigan is saying less than half a second behind, so hopefully it won't get worse.
Good.
Anyway, here's the board, the setup. There are 2 tracks in the base game. There's one on the reverse of this board, but we're playing this one right here. Essentially, the way the game works is we play over a number of rounds, in this case 26 rounds, tracked over here on this little chart on the board. And on each round, we're going to activate many sections on this board, and cars within that section will play cards, or players will play cards. We have a hand of cards. These are face down. I guess I can show you the discarded ones. We have a bunch of cards, and we're going to play them for the movement value in the upper right of the card. That number is going to dictate how many sections we move along the track. The sections are divided by these white lines, and the checkered start over here is considered a white line. So this is a section, this is a section, this is a section, etc., etc. When we move through the sections, the different sections have properties that are gonna dictate how we are able to pass other cars, essentially. There are straightaways, which have these like dark brown borders. You can pass other cars in those sections by spending 1 movement point per car. There are these gray sections, which are braking sections, and these you have to stop if there are any other cars in that section. The yellow sections are corners, and if there are cars in there, you also have to stop. You cannot pass them willy-nilly. So straightaways are the only place you can pass cars easily. If you're in a braking section, however, you can take the late braking ability, which will have you draw a card off of the deck, and if it's the right sort of card, which when it comes up, I'll explain it, so what checks are. But if you pass the check, you will pass every other car in here into the next section freely. So easy to pass in straightaways, risky to pass in braking sections, and you can't pass in corners. However, you can do contests in corners that I'll just explain contests when they come up. So broadly speaking, that's the game. You're playing cards for movement points, you're trying to get ahead, and at the end of the last round, whoever is the furthest ahead wins. The game's time scale is a little abstracted, even though there is a racetrack here and we're going around it, and we've got an area where we start. The game is not based on actual physical laps around the board. We are effectively going to go around the board like 3 times. Maybe the winner is going to be like 3, maybe 4 times. But the game time is actually 53 laps. So every turn is like a snapshot of the race on the whole at a different time. So the first turn is the first lap, second turn is the second lap, the third turn is the third and fourth lap. Okay, it's kind of a weird abstraction, but just think of it, what we're actually doing here is just like a brief snapshot of what happened at some time during the race. The track itself, other than having types of sections, has these colorful circles that have numbers in them, plus numbers. Those are called trajectories and are a big part of race strategies. If you are the first person, or I shouldn't say the first person, but if you're into a section where there are trajectories and the trajectories are not yet accounted for, each one can only hold 1 car at a time, you may line up with that trajectory. If you then, on your turn, play a card that matches the color of the trajectories. So for instance, this is an orange trajectory at +2, this is a green trajectory of +1. If one of the cards you play matches the color, you get that as bonus movement, okay? So from here, if you played this orange 2 and you're on this trajectory, you would actually move 4, okay? However, if you're entering into yellow corners or gray braking sections and there are cars there, you have to stop. Because again, you can't easily pass them. So even if you're moving out of here at 4 movement and there's a car in this next section, it's a corner, you lose all the extra movement and just stop right behind them. So you want to try to time it where you can grab these nice trajectories and you have a big straightaway in front of you. Or not a straightaway necessarily, but a clear path in front of you. So a lot of the race isn't just playing your best card, just trying to time things to get the most out of your movement. The way late braking works, which are also circles on the map here, every braking section can do late braking, which as I mentioned is a way to pass in the braking sections. These are not limited like trajectories are. Anyone can do late braking when they move in here, not just the first person to this line. And you'll draw a card off the top of the deck and you're going to compare the number in the lower right to the number printed on this corner. And if you're lower than it, you succeed and move ahead. If you are not lower than it, then you skid off the track and bad stuff can happen. Again, we'll sort of deal with that when it comes up. And actually that system of comparing those numbers, those are called checks. And a few different things in the game will require that you do checks. In fact, when you play a card, you're going to have to spend resources, potentially do events, and possibly perform checks. So here are just a few examples of cards. So this first card over here has a black disc on it. That means you have to spend 1 black disc on your sheet. That represents tire wear. Once your tires are completely gone, you cannot play any cards that require that you have that you spend tire chips. You also have to be able to spend the amount it says. So if you have a card here that says you have to spend 2, but you only have 1 remaining, you cannot play this card that requires 2. If you have to spend more than 1 tire chip, you can also discard cards in order to satisfy that requirement. You can't, again, it's only if you're spending more than 1. So if you're spending 1, you have to take it off of there. But if you're spending 2 tire markers, you could spend 1 tire marker and then discard any card out of your hand. If you're spending 4 tire markers, you could spend 2 tire markers and discard 2 cards. You know, it's as long as you're spending at least 1, you're good. Red discs on cards are damage. Every car can take a certain amount of damage. It's these sort of pinkish circles. Try to focus in right there, Mike. Perfect. A nice little tool right there. Once this is full of damage, your car is busted up and you're done. There are 2 types of damage. There are red discs. They're all represented by the same red discs on the card, but you draw them blindly out of this bag. If they are red, they can be repaired when you pit. If they are brown, they're permanent and essentially just lower how much further damage you can take. Some cards have flags on them. These are events that we can talk about when they come up, but succinctly, they're on the board up here. Yellow flags will put hazards in corners that will lower the movement of people coming through. Blue flags will allow people with the blue flag markers to lap other cars easily. Not pass, but completely lap them. The orange marker the orange flag will give you an orange marker. Only 1 player can have this, and it'll sort of allow them to control these robot cars. If you might notice, there are only 3 players, but there are a bunch of cars on the board. Many are AI controlled. And finally, the green flag simply eliminates one of the yellow flags. Yellow flags represent some unexpected hazard on a corner. Something fell over on the track, or I don't know, there's an oil slick or whatever. And the green flag represents it being cleaned up.
A baby ran
There's
out.
a baby on the track.
There's a baby on the track. Get that baby off the track.
And finally, there are some cards that just say check on them. Some of them say like check plus 20 or check minus 20. They, in any case, require a check. And the checks are done the same way as I mentioned on the corners over here. The difference is you don't have to blindly draw off the deck. You can, but you don't have to. A card that you've played that round to move, or a new card you play from your hand, can be used for these checks. And you compare them against the card that you'll have on your board over here. So Mike, you have one that's a check number of 29. Jimmy, you have one that's a check number of 81, minus check number 62. You have to play a card, or have played a card, or draw a blind card that is equal to or lower than that number, okay? If you don't do that, either by choice or by design, your card takes damage, and you replace this card in any event with the card you use to do the check. So if you play a high number card, it'll make future checks easier even if you failed this one. Whereas if you keep succeeding in checks, the number is going to get lower and lower and lower, which makes future checks more difficult. Okay. Broadly, that's kind of it. Do you think I big picture missed anything there, Jimmy?
Not that I can think of.
At some point, we're going to have to pit, which I'll describe what pitting is when we get there.
We'll have contests at some point.
We'll have contests in corners, which is a way to pass in corners, but it's a little more restrictive. There's a safety car. If our cars crash and burn, there's a safety car that comes on the track.
A safety car.
Which looks sort of like a car from the Game of Life, except it doesn't have the little pegs to put people in. That would be fun, though. A little upgrade, get a life car and put little people in it.
Replace all the cars with life cars. Have something of a mini
Honey,
minivan
I think
battle.
you drove onto a Formula One track. I know what I'm doing.
It's a shortcut.
That's a shortcut. Yeah, take that sip. There it is.
Hydration. All right. There's weather as well. Right now the weather is free and clear, so I'm not going to worry about that. But you can change the weather. Players can change the weather with cards. It's an event. If you see a card, this is mostly for you, Mike, but if you see a card with a little sunshine and a storm cloud on it, right here,
that'll change it.
If you play that, you may shift the current weather one space in either direction.
I become...
It's the
some sort
same
of weather.
The same
wizard.
system as what was the game? Evolution.
Yes, you're right. With Evolution, when you play Evolution from North Star Games, I think. You can adjust how hot or cold the climate is by playing enough cards. I think the logic is like, if you are controlling the weather, it's not that you're some sort of weather god. It's that your race team has like
a weather god.
They have a weather god.
You're not the weather god.
You're not the weather god. Your race
employ
team.
one. Yeah.
You employ the weather god. It's like your race team has done its research on what the weather is supposed to be today, and so like you're prepared for that. I don't know. It's a weird thing. There is on Board Game Geek there is a fan made like weather system that's not player controlled, and the Kickstarter for the second edition includes that variant in the game. But we're not playing with that. We're playing with the rules as they are. I should say this is first edition components, and we're using some first edition rules like the late breaking numbers. But we are using strategies, racer strategies and racer skills from the second edition. So that's
Should we go over those?
Not in detail, I won't, but I can at least say we each have, we've set up the game in advance, and as part of that setup, we've selected a racer skill that will never change in the game. That gives us a sort of passive bonus, and we can say what our skills are in a minute. And we've also selected racer strategies, which can change. Whenever you pit, you can change your tires and repair your damage and all that. And you can also change your strategy if you want. You can change your race strategy. And there are different kinds of tires as well, but we're not going to get too into detail about that at the moment. If we do want to say what our skills and strategies are, sure, I can start.
Yeah, go ahead.
I've chosen the qualifying skill, which allowed me to move up a little bit on the the start grid. You play cards to determine where you're at in the starting grid. And with the qualifying skill, I moved up a little bit than I would have been with the card I played. And additionally, I've got, in addition to my regular hand of cards, I've also collected a pair of track-specific cards, which are not only track-specific, but they're actually corner-specific. The corners are all labeled. These are real tracks. The corners are all labeled, and I have a couple of cards now that will benefit me on those corners. So that is what my qualifying skill has done for me. It also actually lets me move a little faster at the start of the game. James, what do you have?
I took the pitting skill, which will, when you pit, you have to move back a bit, but I move back a little bit less, and I get got a free track card for it, or I will get a free track card when I do that. So I took the banging wheels strategy, which I'm pretty far back. I'm green here, so it'll help me muscle ahead.
Yeah, it lets you pass more easily.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Mike?
I don't remember which one's my strategy and which one's my
the
reflexes.
Yeah, the blue bottom one is skill.
Got it. I picked reflexes. It is all checks plus 20. So I think that's going to help.
Yeah, it's a nice passive bonus. Lets you perform checks more easily.
My assumption is that's good.
I had it last time. It was pouring rain the whole game last time, so you make
good.
checks at a -20 when it's raining.
Right.
So it basically neutralized it for the whole game, which was nice.
What about you? Your strategy, Mike?
I picked balance. I can use these trajectories. These are the trajectories. These colorful dots. You typically have to have the color of the trajectory. Sorry, I'm blocking it. The color of the trajectory to use it, like green and yellow here. But I can use I can use them without matching the colors.
Yeah.
So
Any card you play will give you the bonus.
Right. So that's it. Did you guys do both yours too?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
All right.
And then you are both outfitted with hard tires.
Hard tires.
Which has given you a race card and a track card rather, and lets you keep your maximum integrity for tires. I've chosen soft tires, which means my tires are a little weaker. They get beat up a little faster, but I have these fancy little blue discs that I can spend in order to get bonus movement points during the race.
It's called nitrous.
Nitrous. I don't know if I don't think so. The game also, I should say, is set in the 1990s, like Formula One scene. My understanding, I also should maybe preface this.
So Tupac's here.
I don't think any of us are race car fans. None of us watch racing.
Have you ever seen a race?
I've seen some rally racing, but never Formula racing or stock car.
Have you ever seen a race?
Absolutely not.
I've never, ever watched. I maybe watched clips, but I've never watched an entire race, especially a Formula.
I don't have a driver's license. Like, I'm not a car
I don't
guy.
own a car.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I do. I have a driver's license and a car, so I'm maybe the most qualified here.
You are the most qualified.
I like racing games, though. We've played Flamme Rouge.
Yeah.
Years ago, I played Formula D.
Well, that's bike racing. I'm more into that.
Yeah.
My wife.
I ride a bike.
My wife is a cyclist. And I like the video games. Dirt Rally is a lot of fun. I actually have an F1 game as well. I think it's actually F1 2019 I've got, which is an F1 simulation game, video game.
You also like that Euro Truck.
Euro Truck Simulator.
Sim.
I get a lot of speeding tickets in Euro Truck Sim. Get a lot of red light penalties. You can't turn right on red in Europe.
You can't turn right in a lot of places in America too.
Yeah.
So none of us are big Formula racing people at all. But the game, again, I like racing games, so I checked this game out. I think it's fun, and
it's yet to be seen for me.
And again, to reiterate, I've played solo a few times and multiplayer once. James, you've played multiplayer once. Mike, you have never played at all.
Never played once. Not even close.
I think the game, once you get going, I think it moves pretty fast. So why? Downforce. Downforce is a fun car racing game with some similarities to this. I've heard of Downforce. I've never played it.
All right.
Okay, well, why don't we go ahead and begin the game? So we've already figured out who's going first. It is this yellow robot car. I should also, if you want to take a look at the map, Mike. Mike, you are blue. I am red. James is green. And the yellow, purple, and black cars are robot cars. The black ones are what are called super fast cars. They will the robots are actually very easy to manage. They don't play cards. They don't incur like markers or anything. They simply move a set number every round. And they can ignore a bunch of stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
They ignore, for instance, other robots for passing. Black cars automatically move 4 sections every round. The yellow cars, which are fast cars, move 3 sections every round. And the little slow purple cars move a paltry 2 sections every round.
They're just clogging up the works.
They largely are just clogging things up. As it stands, when you do qualifying, like I said, we play cards. We also play, there's a bunch of different chits for the different colored robots, and that'll give them different positions as well. So the ultra fast ones are not always first in line. But right now, the leader car, which is marked with this leader disc, is going to go first. It's a robot. It will simply move. It'll move 3 sections. So 1, 2, 3. So it zooms right up to there. And it'll be at the front. We do have to maintain order in these sections. Then it's Blue's turn. That's Mike.
Do we not start with contests or?
There are no contests in straightaways.
That's right. Okay.
Also on the first turn, you can actually pass in any section for 1 movement point. The very first turn of the game. Even turns, even braking areas, you can just pass, no problem. The logic is we're not at race speed yet, so it's easier to maneuver past people.
Okay.
Trajectories are also not a thing in the start, so one of these cars is on a trajectory.
Right.
Trajectories are not considered in the first race of the first lap, which is just the first turn. So Mike, it is your turn. The first thing you will do is you get a card off the top of this deck. So there's that. And
Okay.
now what you can do is you can play 1 or 2 cards. You're a little limited though in
What?
what your options are.
Okay.
Any one card, doesn't matter what the number is. If you play 2 cards though, it either has to be a +1 and any other card, or a pair of +2s. Okay, so those are your options. 1 card or 2 cards meeting that criteria.
I have to pay all the amounts on them.
And you must pay all the amounts, yes. You do all the events, pay all the amounts, then you move.
There's a
If
couple of icons I don't recognize on some of these, but there's a green flag,
so the green flag,
There's a
all the icons you'll
hand
see,
like throwing a ×1 card away.
that is
you
your
draw
getting
a card.
cards.
Oh,
So
okay.
the icons are all printed on the board up here if you ever want to reference.
Oh, hey.
Some of these bottom ones are only on track,
cards.
but all these are going to be on other cards as well.
All right.
So for this hand, you take that many cards from this deck.
Okay.
I should also say, when it comes to the track cards, the track specific cards,
Mhm.
to play it, it has to, your movement must somehow relate to the corner that's printed on the card. So let's say you have this corner number 4. In order to use that card, you either have to, in that movement, move into that corner or move out of that corner. Okay? Otherwise, you can't play it for movement. You can play it for like checks,
Right.
but you can't do it for movement.
Okay. Well, so I can play any cards.
You can play any single card or a pair of cards that either involves a +1 or is
Okay.
2 +2s.
I think I'm gonna play 2 cards.
Okay? So you've got a pair of 2s. All right? So you first must resolve all of the text on the lower right of the card. So you're going to have to spend 2 tire markers, which you can either do 2 tire markers or 1 tire marker and 1 card from your hand.
Well,
your choice.
actually, this isn't great. So like, this is good. 1, 2, 3. I'm not gonna be able to pass him though.
It's the first lap you can pass. In the first
So
lap, you're allowed
I
to.
can just go to 4.
It costs you 1 movement point to pass a car in a second.
So I'll be in this one, but in front of
But
it.
in front. Yeah,
Okay.
because you're back here, you'll go 1,
All right,
2,
all right.
3, 4, and become the leader.
Great. Okay. So I'm gonna spend the 2 tires. So I just put them.
I'll take them over here. Then this card requires you to do a check. I believe you can resolve using whatever order you want. So probably you would take a card first.
Right.
You don't strictly have a hand limit, but when you pit, you do. You have to lower to a certain number when you pit.
Okay.
But before then, you can have whatever you want.
And my check.
So now you're checking. Your check is the value you're up against is the number on your sheet, which is 29.
This card's confusing to me.
Okay, explain why.
What is this? This is my car. I mean, this is like what?
It's your check number. I think it represents like your current driver exhaustion or focus or just how mentally you're there.
So I just have to beat that.
You
But
have
I also
to
have a
you have to
plus.
beat it in terms of getting underneath it.
I'll have to be under it.
Yep.
And a +20 is actually a -20.
It is you add 20 to
To
what
what
you're
you're check-
what you're
yeah.
shooting at. So you're actually checking against a 49 because you have the reflexes
Yeah, so you can play anything that's under a 49
or equal to.
or equal to,
Shouldn't have
or
picked-
draw
shouldn't have
something.
picked this guy. When can I replace this card?
Actually, right now, when you do a check, you will always replace that card,
Oh, you replace it
whether
when
you
do a check.
succeed or fail.
Ah, okay.
If
Well,
you fail the check, you still move, but
okay.
you'll incur damage.
I'm going to check with a 46.
Okay, so you've passed because
Yes.
you need to hit a 49. You got under that with a 46.
So I
You're
did
good.
46.
So the other card is discarded. So I'll
Show
take that.
Everybody here. Oh, it's blurry.
Yeah. So yes, you had.
Actually, Scott, I think showing cards, your camera's probably the
Mine's the
best,
closest?
so-
Alright. So this was the card Mike had on his sheet. Everyone starts with one of these. It's got a number on the bottom here. If you can see it, it says 29. That is your target check number. Whenever you're doing checks, in many cases anyway, you're gonna have to play against this. You gotta play a card that is equal to or lower than this number. So 29 in this case. But Mike has the skill reflexes. His driver has very good reflexes, which means he adds 20 to all target checks that he'll perform. So in this case, he needed a 49 or less. He played this card. It's a 46, which means it will replace the old one. So now, not only was it an easy thing to check, it raised the number effectively next time to 66.
Mm-hmm.
So now you pass, but it's still super easy for you to pass.
Great.
All right. So you've done all of the things on here. You've paid your 2 tire
Mhm,
markers. You've done
mhm,
your check. You've
mhm.
got your card. And now you do your movement. The icons in the upper left of these cards also, their flavor, it sort of represents what type of driving you're doing. Here you're doing like fancy steering. Here you're like shifting gears. It's just flavor.
So I'm like this. I'm like.
Yep, that's the gear shift. Now you're turning.
And then I go. And
Yep.
then this guy's like, what?
Yeah, a real Tim the Toolman Taylor over there. All right. Yep. So you drove up there. It costs you 3 movement to get into here. Normally, on any other turn, almost any other turn of the game, most turns of the game, you just have to stop here because you cannot pass in corners. You just lose the rest of your movement if there are other cars in there. However, on the very first turn of the game, you can pass as though it was a straight section, which means you spend 1 movement point to pass a car in front of you. If there were multiple cars here, you would have to spend 1 movement point per car. In this case, there's only 1. It costs you 1, 2, 3 to get here. You had 4. You're going to spend the 4th to pass that dude. And guess what? You're now the leader.
Jumping right in the lead there.
There's no real benefit to being the leader, except you are ostensibly winning the game.
I'm winning.
And that's your turn. That's the entirety of your turn.
Hell yeah. That was great.
Now it's the ultra fast car's turn.
What a great turn.
The ultra fast car, the super fast car, the black ones are going to move 4 sections. 1, 2, 3, and here's a trick with ultra fast cars. They don't spend, actually all robots, they don't spend any movement points when they're passing other robots. So they'll pass this dude for free.
So he's going to scoom right into the lead.
1, 2, 3, he's scooting right in front of you for 4.
That sucks. I was in the lead for a very short amount of
Yeah,
time.
your 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah, you were the leader for a bit.
That sucks.
You were close.
I had it.
Now it's my turn. So I'm going to draw a card at the start of my turn and consider what I'm going to play. So now I could do the same thing. I could play, maybe up to 4 or 5 and get in here and ahead of a car or something. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to try to line up here on one of these trajectories. I want that +2 trajectory. So I need to move 1, 2 spaces. You have to move as much as the game will allow you to. You can't play a 4 movement and choose to move 2. If you play a 4, you're going to move 4 until the game tells you can't, which would be like entering into traffic in a braking or a corner.
Sure.
So I'm going to play this 2, which also gives me 2 cards. Does not cost me anything to
Oh,
play.
I was supposed to get a... Oh, I already got it.
You did at the start of the turn. So I'm going to play that. Don't have to spend anything. I get 2 cards for it. Don't have to make a check. And I'll move 1, 2, and I'm going to choose to line up on that orange trajectory.
Can anyone knock you out of that lineup?
Nope. Once you're in it, you're in it. Even if someone passes you, even if a car came up here and got in front of me, I'm still on that trajectory. They don't get it, and I don't lose it.
All right.
Okay, and then it is the black car, moves 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they are in front of me. Robot cars will take the best trajectory available to them. So if that +1 is the best one available.
Mm-hmm.
They also never late brake. However, if someone plays an orange flag, they can force them to late brake,
Okay.
which is dangerous. It means they can crash and whatever else.
Right.
Purple car moves only 2. 1, 2. And then James, it's your turn. Go ahead and draw a card.
Excellent.
I wish I would have gone and found some like royalty-free racing music. Just play it the whole time. Some this envision like pole position music,
Mhm.
right?
Mm-hmm. If it was royalty free, I mean, like something like, I wonder what the Days of Thunder soundtrack sounds like.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, I'm going to play this pair of 2s.
Okay.
It cost me a shiny tire.
You got a
And-
couple flags on there as well.
Yeah, so I've got a green flag, which can remove a hazard. There aren't
There are
any.
none.
And I get the orange flag, which lets me do bad business to robots.
Yep.
So I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, and pass this purple car. And 4, I'm
You're gonna late brake.
gonna late brake.
Okay, so even though James was he's the last one into this section, he can still perform a late brake maneuver. To do that, he's gonna draw a card off the top of the deck, a blind check, and compare it to the number printed on the board here, which is 60. I don't think you have any bonuses to that.
Nope.
So you're just gonna you gotta the number on this has to be a 60 or less.
I also have the banging wheels strategy. I overtook this car, so I believe I draw a track card.
You do. That is correct. And again, in case people have this and they've only played the first edition or they haven't like updated rules for the first edition, the designer has put out newer versions of the rules that have changed some of these strategies. So if you're only familiar with the printed rulebook and we're saying this is how strategy works and you're like, I don't remember that, or you look at the rules, check out, we are using the most up-to-date Kickstarter rules from the second edition. This is from November 2021.
All right, so this is not so great for me.
No. You got a 69.
I needed a 60, so I go skidding off the course
It's
here.
a good opportunity to talk about what happens when you fail a late break. So Jimmy failed the check.
Right out of the gate, man.
Right out of the gate.
You're just like,
I almost lost the last game at the very first round too.
So yeah, on here there are these like skid marks and sort of gray cars printed. You're gonna follow that into the next like thing you have to overcome. In this case, it is a check. So James immediately must make another check. It can either be blind or, in this case, play from his hand.
So I will play.
And if you fail, you'll go careening across this lane all the way over to there.
And you take a bunch of tire damage. And
yeah.
It's not great.
Yeah.
So I will go ahead and play this 72 check, which is lower than the 81. I have an.
You're checking against this.
Oh, okay.
You're checking against the board.
I'll go ahead and play this 43 out of my hand.
Okay, so you played the 43, I beat this, and you will now move. There's a little green card printed here. That is where you will go and hang out for now. You, on the next turn, will re-enter here. However, you will effectively be considered in the back of this braking section. So it's not like you scoot ahead and now you're ahead of everyone else. You're going to move after I move in this ultra-fast car move.
A cool shortcut.
And you've got a -2 to whatever your movement is for that turn.
Right.
So not good. Could have been worse. The crashing is a way you can eliminate yourself from the game.
Yeah,
there are some sections where there are these crashed
looks like
red cars.
all of the other sections have,
yes,
or almost all of the other
several
sections.
other ones do. And then there's a whole thing with the safety car. That's kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, you did not die. You
didn't
skid
die.
off the track, and now
Good
the
for
robots
me.
are going to move. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2.
I'm gonna make this yellow car late break.
Yeah, I guess you have the orange. You have the orange marker.
Yeah.
So I guess you can. So James
gonna
is
rear end
choosing
He might.
to make this yellow car late break. Once you
Alright.
enter a braking section, you do it. It
He
passes.
easily passes.
So it
Five?
scoots ahead.
I've never seen a card that
They're
low.
1 to 99.
Okay.
So this yellow car actually, thanks to James and his orange flag, I think it calls it like aggressive robots or something.
Scoot to
but
the head of the pack, or
I think it just comes in the rear.
okay.
Okay, and that's it for turn 1. Now we move on to turn 2. Now normal passing rules are enforced, so you can't pass in corners or braking easily.
Mm-hmm.
The leader is this ultra-fast car. It's going to move 4 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to there. And then, Mike, it's your turn.
Oh.
Here's a card.
Let's see.
People are saying that Downforce is a good game and you can buy it at Target, but apparently the Target version is slimmed down a little bit. It doesn't have everything.
What is Downforce? Tell me.
It's a racing game of some sort. I've heard of it, but I've never played it. I think it's relatively well regarded. I mean, people in the chat are saying it's good. So.
I've heard the name. I don't know anything about it.
Okay, they're saying that it's got like ability cards, and the Target version has fewer, and it maybe has fewer tracks packed up in the core game. What racing games? For people watching, have you played Race Formula 90? Did you back the Kickstarter if you've played or not? And what racing games, board games do you like? Formula D is a very popular one. Flamme Rouge is very popular. There's Thunder Alley from GMT. Those are all different kinds of racing, of course. Formula, cycling, stock car. But what do people like?
So I'm going to play this 3, which requires 2 tires and a red.
Okay, so you've played just a single card, just this 3.
Mm-hmm.
And so go ahead and I believe you do tire damage first, so go ahead and take your tires off. And then you get to draw from the bag, which I do want to I do want to point this out. I do want to point out something funny about this. This bag does not come with the game. It's just a little bag I had sitting around because I got it from PAX Viking. The metal coins that PAX Viking comes with has a barcode and a SKU number printed
Why would they print it
on the bag. I'm sorry, Ion. I'm not trying to dunk on you here, but this is very funny.
It is a very.
They're dunking on themselves.
This
There's
PAX
always a
Viking
thing.
coin add-on with a barcode.
They're dunking
printed
on
onto another bag.
themselves. So.
I assume it was a mistake, but it's still funny.
Truly,
Obviously.
it is the
All right. So
It's-
Fallout 76 canvas bag. Of,
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull one out. Let's hope for not a brown, right?
yes.
Yeah, so there are 2 colors in there. There are 18 red markers, which are temporary damage that can get repaired, and there are 6, I think, brown markers,
No.
which Mike is demonstrating
got
to
a
the group. There's a
brown.
little. These discs, by the way, are very small. I'm curious to know if the second edition ones are going to be more standard sized, but these are
Can't
tiny.
believe I got a
tiny.
brown on the first goddamn thing.
Hey man, when Jimmy and I
Yeah.
played the other day,
Yeah,
I
he
got
drew,
2 in a row.
Yeah,
I think
2 in a row, and then like a third later.
I got a
on.
third later.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I go 3 spaces.
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
And then
I'm
you
gonna
can line
line up on this trajectory.
Great. So now these yellow cards are going to follow suit.
What
1,
does,
2, 3.
What does late breaking do?
1, 2, 3. Actually, so I guess to be clear, you also could choose to do a late break here if you want. It pushes you into the next section.
Immediately.
Yep.
Yeah,
if you
I'm not
succeed,
gonna
you do a blind check.
I'm gonna
based
make
this
this
first.
yellow car.
He's gonna force
Light
that
break.
yellow.
The
card
first
to-
one?
to
Yeah.
late break.
Okay.
Probably both of them, but
Okay. Well, let's back this one up then.
okay.
So it's checking as a 50.
All right.
85. So it will go careening. Right over here. I was trying to think of what noise it would make, and
All
I
right,
couldn't
and it's
quite
got to
get it
check
in my head.
again, but it passes that check.
It passes the second check, so we'll enter right there. Trying to get a safety car immediately, huh?
Well, look, I don't like the competition here.
Okay, and then this one moves. 1, 2, 3. Is it gonna late break?
Oh yeah.
So Jimmy has this
almost
power
definitely.
until the end of this turn.
Yeah. It fails, and
It passes.
it passes.
So these will both re-enter over here.
Good for them. But
They both took a big risk.
yeah,
Aggressively try to pass the blue car, and they,
they.
in some sense, did, but
I don't understand the meta of this orange flag.
Like
I don't get what you're supposed to be doing.
I've employed a hacker, and I'm in like the headset for them,
You've
and
been
I'm
watching too much Fast and the Furious.
I'm telling them mean things, and they're distracted.
yeah, I think
Right.
it's just a way to say like robots are more aggressive for whatever reason based on the conditions of the race,
Yeah.
and for a game purpose decided to give that power to a player.
Yeah.
It is not always good to make them do that, because if you're eliminating them from the course by crashing or whatever, then that's maybe going to make it easier for like Mike to keep going and Jimmy's kind of far back.
Yeah.
So it's not always a smart move, but it's certainly a fun one.
Yeah. I also want to use this power before I lose
Yeah,
it.
you'll lose it in just a moment. So.
Use it or lose it is the
That's right.
rule. I think in
all right.
life.
Yeah, that's right.
So now it is the black car. The
Mhm.
black car is ahead of me, so it's going to move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You're gonna make him late break.
Yeah, sure.
They all late break. It passes
Okay.
and scoots ahead.
Well, good for him.
All right, and now it's my turn. And James will enter after me.
Mhm.
Because if you're essentially in the back of this section that you started losing control in.
It's not called race formula light break for nothing.
That is true.
Yeah.
I can confirm that is not the name of the game.
Yeah.
Maybe Alessandro will see this at some point and clarify his
Yeah.
intent. So I need to play an orange card in order to take advantage of that trajectory. And I'm going to opt. I'm 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I don't need to do that. So let's do. It's actually a little tricky. Hoping Mike was going to go further, I guess, but. Alright, I'm just going to play a single card. I'm just playing this one. I have save tires, so even though this costs 1 tire damage, my save tires can reduce it to 0. If I choose not to reduce it to 0, if I choose to just keep it what it is, I will gain a track card. That's sort of the strategies. They all have a way to gain track cards. Mine is if I take tire damage, I get track cards. I have track cards in my hand right now that I'm pretty into, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna not take the damage, and I also get a card.
How many movement was that one?
1, and I'm on a +2 trajectory. It was an orange card, so I'll move 1, 2, 3 up to here. And then these guys move. One,
I
two.
get to go.
Oh yeah, you get to go next. You're right. And so by me moving here,
Jimmy-
not getting out of the corner,
Jimmy crashed into the side major.
That's right.
Gets to go.
That's right. That's what they call me. For some reason. Okay, I'm at a -2 movement.
you're at a -2
Yeah.
movement. No matter what you play, you're ultimately -2. And I believe, I'll double check the rules right now, but I believe you have to move out of this. You
Alright.
can pass your turn, and then I think you'll just
Because
go
this is
here.
1, or, if I
Yeah,
play a
it's-
3,
it's-
this is
I
1.
believe it is 1 into there. So
Okay.
1 onto the track. I think. I'll double check while
Yeah.
while you're thinking of what to play.
I'd also like to update. It looks like the audio's back
It's looking good.
synced.
I wonder if it's an internet issue. I
I
mean,
don't think so because it's always said excellent connection. I think it's just like I think it's a YouTube thing. If I had to guess, it's a YouTube
you're
thing.
saying YouTube. I considered switching to Twitch. Maybe we'll try Twitch next
Yeah.
time.
Only reason I think that is because when we record it, it's always good. Coming into the OBS, it's always looking good.
Sure.
It's just when we go live sometimes.
So James, are you waiting for me to determine what you're going to do here?
I guess not really. Well,
somebody asked, yeah, trajectory spots give you bonus movement color coded. That's right.
Yep.
So like the card you play has a color on it.
Yeah.
I'll show you guys on mine. See, that has a color.
It's on like the top of the
The
card.
orange up here, right there, and that corresponds with orange. There's an orange one right there. There's an orange one right there. Right. No, that doesn't work. These are too small. Yeah, right there. Boom. Yeah, so that's it. But I have balance. So I can use trajectories of any color, and I don't have to match the trajectory on my card. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, somebody said Twitch is better. I think we should just Twitch it up.
We could try it, yeah. Yeah, it says you re-enter here, so I would say that counts. That is a section.
Then you can
Okay.
just record it and upload to YouTube later.
That's probably what we'd do if we switch to Twitch. Just do all
Right.
the live stuff on Twitch, and then also, record on OBS and just upload that.
just upload it later.
I'm going to play these, this 4 and this 1. Discard 2 tires. Take a damage.
Oh, so what did you play? 4 and 1.
A 4 and a 1. Get a red damage counter,
Lucky.
which can be repaired. I get to draw a card. And I get a blue flag.
Also, if you
What's a blue flag do?
if you have ultimately no movement points here, you just go here, and that's the end of your turn.
Okay.
So you're not eliminated or anything. You're just there.
Alright, so I've got a -2 for a total of 3. I get 1, 2,
And you're stuck there.
and then I'm stuck there.
With,
I have
Wilkins
banging
and
wheels,
demonstrated
so I
contest.
can overtake in corners, but I need more movement to do
Right.
it.
Yeah, so banging wheels, normally you cannot overtake in braking sections or corners, but with banging wheels, you can. It just costs you more movement points. All right, and these guys move. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
He's going to light break. purple?
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so the first purple, this purple.
Yeah, that purple. That's the only one.
And it
he
succeeded.
does.
So it scoots right in behind. Okay, then we advance to the next turn.
Alright. I have to give away
Now
my,
you give
my
away.
robot flag.
If only this was like a red flag,
Yeah.
then it's like you could reason that it's like a charging bull. Like you're waving a red flag in front of the robots and they can't help but run
Yeah.
at it.
That makes
Is the
it way-
implication that they're some sort of bull?
There's a bull driving a car,
Yeah.
for sure.
All
Okay,
these like illustrations of minotaurs in the
Mhm.
rulebook for
so
some reason.
now it is time for the leader to go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Normally there'd be a contest in this corner. Robots never have contests against each other. Then this guy goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Mike, it's your turn.
Shit. Card.
Here you go, buddy.
We're on a trajectory. Right?
I'm on a green boy.
Green boy.
After Pablo, yeah, I mean, I definitely want to get Nate Hayden's other games to the table.
After Pablo's great. We
After
should-
Pablo's a lot of fun. I've got all of them at this
Yeah.
point. San Quentin Kings,
I
Mind
love
Sun.
After Pablo. I don't know why.
Yeah, you seemed like you were lukewarm on
I
it.
was lukewarm on it for sure. try it again.
I liked matching all the
It's fun.
like the matching system is very good.
It
I'm
is.
gonna
I know
play.
Heavy Cardboard did an after Pablo stream recently.
I'm gonna play these 2 cards.
Okay,
I
what
got
you
a
got?
orange +1 and a green +3.
Okay, you are on a green trajectory. So you have to spend 1 tire marker, and you have to make a check at +20, plus another 20. So you're actually checking right now at 100 against 106. So any card you
Here's my
play will
Where are you
pass.
getting the 106 from?
Is that 40? Oh no, sorry.
Yeah.
I was looking at that
Yeah.
in reverse. That's
86.
64, yeah. 86.
So I have to play something under 86.
Something equal to or under
Mhm.
86. And it can also be one of the cards you played. So you could put this 54 in there.
Oh, yeah. Let's do that.
Okay? And then you get, what does that say? 2 cards, right?
2 cards,
There you go.
and then I'm going 4 and then +2.
So 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to pass that guy. Because this is straight away.
That's
Keeping up.
Nice.
Keeping up.
that's me.
Okay, and then these fast cards
That's
go.
me, baby.
Because
Mhm.
they crash in this late breaking section, so they will then get to move now. So
both of them
minus
minus
3
3 though.
movement, so they have no movement. They'll just enter here. That's it. They'll take that.
Cutting off. Who's that? Who's red?
Me.
Cutting you off hard.
Yeah, actually cutting off both of us because we're both going to go. So now we get to do a contest. James and I are both in this corner. When cars share a corner, they will compete to see who kind of overtakes who gets the inside advantage and overtakes the other one before you actually start to move. So if we want to switch to the board right now, Mike, right now James and I are right here in this corner, and what we're going to do is play cards from our hand. Play up to 2, 1 or 2 cards. Any values, there's no limit to like the pair of 2s or
Mhm.
anything. And whoever has the higher movement value will be in the front of the line for the contests, and whoever is the second highest will be second, then third and fourth, etc., etc. Players have to opt in to contests. You start at the back of the row
Right.
and say, in this case, James, are you going to
Yeah.
contest my lead here?
Oh yeah. Most
And then
definitely.
I will say, am I going to participate? If I don't, Jimmy just wins.
Right.
But I will say, yes, I'm going to try to keep my lead.
We also don't discard the cards that we play for the contest.
Correct.
We get them back at the start of the next turn.
That's right. We set them aside, and then the start of the next turn.
So you
we
can't use
pick
them for movement.
Right. And there are little cards with pluses or minuses next to the corners. In this case, +2 on this corner section, which means everyone in a contest, everyone except the person in front gets that bonus to the cards they play. And sometimes it's bad. Like this is -2 over here, so it's harder to overtake in this corner. It's easier to overtake in this corner. So James and I are now going to secretly pick the 2 cards we're going to play. Let's do. We don't lose these cards.
You picked one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Yeah, let's do those 2.
Okay. And I'm just playing one.
And you're just playing 1.
Yeah.
And
Put
so
them in the
if you're
center.
playing a track card, it does not have to match the corner we're in.
Right.
It can be anywhere. I've got 8
Okay. I've got 5
plus 2 is 7.
plus 2 is 7. Plus I have banging wheels, so I get +3. For
That's
10.
right, you're banging wheels, so you're at 10.
Yeah.
Okay, so James, you won that contest.
Mm-hmm.
In doing so, you get a track card.
Gets me a track card. And I push ahead a little bit.
And you're now ahead of
Ooh,
me.
that's a lovely track card.
And now, James, your turn starts.
Yep. So draw a card.
Draw a card. I also didn't really explain too specifically. I think it's pretty intuitive, but just a real quick how you determine order. You start at the leader, and then you move backwards into activating each section as it comes up. But you always start at the leader for every section's check. So, and everyone gets to move once. So there are instances where the leader can end up moving backwards. If they pit, the leader will change, and then it can get a little funny with how you activate stuff. But
Okay.
the
Yep.
formal thing is leader back.
I'm going to play this single card. Spend a
Okay.
tire to make a check.
Against an 81.
Against an 81. So I replace it with this 70.
All right, and then you're
And-
moving 3.
I move 3. I move 1, 2, 3 into this section. And I will late break using
You got a card you're looking for?
Yeah, where did it go?
It's on the left side of the card, I believe.
This guy, which is specific to this corner. It says you don't have to make a late break check. So
You just auto succeed.
I just auto succeed.
Fly into the next section.
Yep.
So Jimmy came up behind these 2 yellow cars, successfully late braked with a special card into the next area. Okay, and then we've got me. What corner is that? Corner 2. Got a couple of cards here.
Taking a lot more tire damage than I'd like, but
1, 2. That's not bad. That's pretty good. All right. Let's go ahead and play. These 2 cards. Replace that. This one. Yeah. All right. I'm playing these 2 cards. A +1 that requires a check, and a track card specific to this corner, number 3, that gives me a +2. So first I can adjust the weather. I'm happy with it being nice and sunny. I will not adjust the weather. But I also get to play a yellow flag. And I'm going to put that yellow flag right in front of my rival. When you, this is a second edition thing. In the first edition, when you have these little flag markers, you give them to other players, I believe. But in revised rules and in the second edition, you place them on a specific section of the track, a specific corner section. And again, it represents some kind of hazard that has sprung up. You lose movement, and you can't do contests, you can't overtake. That's basically everything is slowed down. So I put it in front of James over here and in front of these yellow cards as well, so they're going to get slowed going into it. It goes away when a green flag is played or when the leader passes it. Once the leader passes it, it's an end, which is why I didn't put it in front of everyone, because then the leader's going to pass and the people I'm immediately competing with are not going to be slowed down. And then I have to do a check. Check against a 62. I will go ahead and play this 66, which is going to mean I take some damage. I'm going to be moving 3. So I'll take some damage. Draw this bag. I got a red. That's what I was hoping for. All right, and then I'm going to move 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3 up to here. And I am going to choose to do a late break. Trying to play catch up here. I'm checking against a 75.
So you don't have to pass doing it. So you're doing a late break. You're going to pass them automatically.
Not necessarily, because
if you pass
yes,
the late break, you're going to pass them
correct,
automatically without having to do a challenge.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
Exactly. Because your challenge. Well, there wouldn't be a challenge here anyway, because this is not a corner. But yeah, I'll
or without spending the movement.
Exactly, or without spending movement.
There's you would have to spend 2.
Essentially, the smart thing to do when you're coming up to a corner is to slow down, to take the corner easy.
Right.
I'm choosing to play aggressively and overtake them while they're slowing down
in
order to get ahead. So I'm checking against a 75, and I got a nice cool 78, real close, but not quite what I needed. I'm going to careen off here. There's really no check needed here. This is an easy corner. I'll have a minus movement next turn, but it's
pretty steep
it's not gonna
movement penalty, but yeah.
It is. All right, and then the robots go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Robots pass each other for free, but they are still they still create traffic for one another. All right, and that's the turn. Moving forward. Black car 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, you know what? Let's back that up. Do you want to do a contest here, Mike? The black cars will always do the robot cars will always compete in contests against other players.
Oh, okay.
So
he will contest me.
Yes, they will contest you, and they do it by drawing 2 cards off the top of the deck, and that combined movement is their number.
So if I want to contest, do I have to contest both of them?
Yes, you will.
Yeah, I guess if they're going to contest me anyway, I might as well do it. Yeah.
Or you can say no, and you'll just pop to the back.
Well, yeah, I'll contest.
So play 1 or 2 cards out of your hand. Also, yeah, get your James, get your cards back. So play 1 or 2. They are each going to play 2. Again, the numbers in here are 1 to 4, so their total is going to be 2 to 8.
Just discard that, right? The one
The one, yeah, the one underneath.
So I play 1 to 2.
Yep.
And what am I looking at? The movement?
The movement, and you're adding it together. You don't lose these cards. They get set aside for this round.
Is there anything else on the card I need to care about?
Just the movement.
Okay.
And you'll add them together, and
These
whoever
two.
has the highest total wins. If totals are tied, you take damage.
Okay.
All right. So black card number 1 is 5.
Ugh.
Black card number 2 is also 5.
Ugh.
Robots don't take damage, so they're just gonna scoot ahead of you. All right. So set those aside for now. You'll get them back at the start of next turn. And now the robots go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And Mike, you may now take your turn.
That sucks.
It's tough, dude. Sometimes you play what you think is going to be a pretty decent contest hand,
Right.
and they get 3s and 4s.
Right.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. Back up. I screwed up.
Oh.
Screwed up. My bad. This is not a corner. Take your cards back.
No contest?
No contest. They just scoot ahead on their own. And you would go here.
Scott, I'd
That's
like
my
you to apologize profusely for your mistake.
Michael, I apologize.
Thank you. I
for-
showed 2 of my cards. Now you guys know
You've shown.
I know
If
your
you'd like,
strategy.
if you'd like, I can show you 2 of my cards.
I would enjoy that. All right.
So to clarify for the people watching, you only do contests in the yellow sections, the corners. Mike and the 2 super fast robots were in
I
straightaways.
think we may have done that wrong when we played.
We may have.
Sure.
We may have screwed up.
Okay, so I need to play now the same, just normal movement. I play 2 cards. I pay the cost.
Yep.
1 to 2 cards.
Yep, standard rules. 1 to 2 cards, pair of 2s, or a 1 in anything.
Late breaking is always a blind check,
Yes.
but I
Late
still get my plus 20 on it.
Yep, the plus 20 applies to every check you'll do. I gotta remember my soft tires to get +1 bonuses.
Yeah, actually, I think I'm just gonna do this. So one of these has a thing that says -20 check.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that means you do a check and it's bad. You subtract 20
I have to
from
do a
your
check
target.
though.
Yeah,
Yes.
you have to do a check and you subtract 20 from your total. So
Hmm.
because of your reflexes, you would just be checking against the printed number.
Sure, right.
Kind of cancels out.
I'm just gonna play this 1 card.
Okay, playing a +2.
So it's just a +2.
No cost, and you may adjust the weather.
I'm gonna adjust it.
Knock it 1 step.
Yeah, that's right. It's getting a little cold.
Ooh, yeah, a little chilly.
A
It's,
breeze blew
Some
in.
kind of a storm might be brewing.
Breeze blew in.
What weather does also is it changes your movement penalties depending on the tires you have, and when it's raining, all checks are -20.
Right.
So right now, because we have regular tires, we're fine. If we had rain tires or intermediate tires, we'd be moving at a -2 and a -1.
Okay, so now I move 2.
Yep.
And I'm gonna line up on that trajectory.
All right, line up on that +2. This guy's going to follow you into this braking section. Will not late break.
Lining up on
James.
this +2 right here.
Yep.
I was gonna late break, but I want that +2.
That's sometimes what you want, because now the late break would give you maybe 1 step,
Or
But
maybe
later
careening
on-
into the dirt.
and if you fail the second check, you lose. You're dead.
This is a
Yeah.
crash check? Oh my
Uh-huh.
god.
Yeah, looks like most of them in this one.
Yeah,
have
if you
spot
basically
to fail.
follow these spinning out cars in the white lines, and if it terminates in a crashed red car with a little SC flag, if you fail the check preceding that, your car is destroyed and you are eliminated from the game.
I do kind of wish we had the close-up cam to show this crashed car.
That broken up little car, yeah. No kill cam today.
The kill cam is finicky. Finicky at best.
You're right. gonna do something stupid here.
Cool.
Alright.
I'm gonna play this 4 for my movement. I'm gonna spend 1 tire and discard 2 cards
Okay.
to pay the rest of it.
And you're going to be incurring a -1 movement here.
Yep.
Because of the hazard. What is that hazard, do you think?
A squirrel.
Baby on
I
board?
think an entire murder of squirrels.
A murder of crows?
Squirrels.
Okay, is that the term also for squirrels?
I don't know, but you know what I mean.
Right.
Okay, so you played a 4, so you
Mhm.
went 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
All right, and now the yellow cards go.
A gaggle of squirrels? I wonder what it is.
Yeah, no, that's a good question. Yellow cards are going to move. 1, 2. They'll stop here. 1, 2. And then I will enter onto the track.
Look at you getting back in the game.
Trying to.
That's right. Pick yourself up by your bootstraps. Let's go. You're going to want to put that car in drive.
I'm going to have to put the car in drive. I'm going to play this +4. Cost me a tire, which I will take. Which gives
You
me
ever
a
seen that
risk
movie Drive? That's what you got to do here.
And then I'm going to move 4. -3
Directed by
is 1.
the
So
one and only Sylvester Stallone.
I'm also going to spend one of my soft tires. I don't want to
What?
fall behind.
Isn't Drive directed by Sylvester Stallone?
Drive? No.
No.
Driven. Sorry.
Driven. Maybe Driven is.
Drive is the
So
right guy's name.
so I was off track. I have
Driven's
a
about this
-3.
kind of reason.
I have a -3 to my movement. It cost me 1 to get on the track, so I played this +4. -3 is 1. That allows me to get on the track, and I discarded one of my blue soft tire markers, which gives me +1 movement, so I could catch up with these yellow cars. Don't want to fall too far behind. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. Next turn.
Great.
This guy, 1, 2, 3, 4. Really taking a lead here. This is a braking section, so no contest. Mike, it is your turn.
Get a new card. Very good. I'm on that green, guys, but I actually get to use. I forgot. I get to use those without the color,
Correct.
but I've been doing it.
If you do the
Yeah.
color, you get race cards.
I did the color last time, but only one of them. If I do 2 cards, do they both have to be the color?
No, only one does. You should have
So
a race
I
card.
should have a race card.
Yeah, that's sort of the thing. Is if you your power allows you to
You get a
ignore
bonus,
that, but if
right.
you follow the rules, you still get a bonus.
Now
You
that
get
I
a card.
know, I can follow the rules. Perfect. So I'm going to play 2 cards. This one, which gives me that dumb check I have to do.
Check -20.
Is that a blind check?
Nope.
No.
Thank Jesus Christ.
A lot of Flamme Rouge fans in here.
Want to pick it up.
It's a cool game.
So I,
We
and
played
I'm
it.
going to get this check card back, right?
No,
I don't get it. It's not one of the ones where I get it back at the end of the turn.
it's only contests.
Can I play these type for
Yep.
checks?
You sure can.
And it goes here?
It'll replace your current card. Never got a multiplayer High Frontier. No, I haven't done a multiplayer High Frontier
No.
yet. That's soon.
It's
That one I would be excited
some point.
about.
Yeah.
Well, at some point. I've played a lot of High Frontier
Um,
online over the pandemic, but not much in person.
So I'm going to check on that with this.
So you're playing the 35 versus your 54. It's always checking versus that.
Oh, yeah.
If it's not a late break, it's checking versus
I have to
that.
be under, right?
Yep.
You gotta be under. Yeah,
Yep.
so you're fine with that.
So that's it.
Because you're at 54, plus 20 from your reflexes, minus 20 from the check, so you're just at the...
Now, question on this card, and maybe you can explain it. What is that?
That is a ×2. It doubles the value in contests.
Uh-huh.
So in contests, this is actually worth
It's an
8.
8. Damn, that's a good card.
Yep.
Too bad it's gone now on a check.
It is also a green... Oh, no, it's a check. Never mind.
discard.
So that is discarded.
Okay, and then I'm also going to play another card.
Wait, doesn't it replace
Oh, yeah, you're right.
this?
You're right. The check replaces that.
I'm also going to play this card.
Okay.
Which costs a tire. And I get 2 cards.
You sure do. Now, normally, you would play them simultaneously, but I understand you're sort
I
of
was
going
just
through everything.
Parsing it, sorry.
That's completely fine.
That's it.
All right.
So you move?
Yeah, so I'm going to move 6. No?
2, 4. You played a green, so 6. And you played a green from that
So I
trajectory.
get another race
So
card.
you get a race card.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6 behind that guy. You're keeping up with that ultra fast racer.
Coming
Super
in.
fast. So that guy moves 4.
Here I come.
And then James, is your turn.
Excellent.
For people that have not played this game, Race Formula 90, are you following along? Is this making sense? Play cards to move, deal with track hazards.
For someone that hasn't, no, it's not making any sense.
You don't understand it at all.
Nope.
You're doing well.
Oh, thanks.
For not understanding, you're doing just fine.
I'm basically just putting things down, and you seem to be fine with it.
That's how you play. You put things down. You're lining up trajectories. You're doing all right.
As an
Alright.
accident.
I'm gonna play these 2 cards, this 1 and this 5.
Yeah.
So when do I have to lay the flag?
It'd be now.
Okay.
You do all the event stuff. There is a specific order. I don't know that it
Yeah.
usually matters, but you do all of it before
I
you
want
move.
to place a flag here, but I also don't want to.
Well, you could, but you'll suffer a
Right.
penalty.
Um.
The question is, you're moving so far. You're moving 6 steps,
mhm.
and then you're behind this guy.
I can move past him.
True with banging wheels. I was gonna say, if you do put it here and take the penalty, you would still end up here.
Yeah, I could do that in late break.
I guess a 60. That's the kind of low number.
I'm gonna do it. I'm not. I'm
You guys are
gonna-
going hard with all this late break.
I know.
Jesus.
I
I
love.
should have taken the.
I love late breaks.
There is a strategy
Where are the
for that.
hazards?
Right here.
All right.
There's a strategy called Hazard that when you take damage or do blind checks, you get bonuses.
You're going to red shell yourself,
That's right.
and then line up behind that guy.
Well, I'm gonna late break here.
You're breaking. All right. Blind.
All right.
Blind draw,
Against
buddy.
a 60. 67.
Oh.
Not
Good.
what I want.
So now you got to do a check.
And I
you
take
a tire damage.
Oh, dear.
Uh,
There's chaos happening behind me.
96.
You did
That's
a blind check there. You crazy?
Oh, was I?
You can play from your
Okay,
hand.
I can play from my hand.
And you should.
Yeah, I guess I almost lose if I don't.
You could. I mean, you can. You drew this card, so we can
Yeah.
either let you redraw,
No,
which is
no,
fine.
no, that's
I'm
fine.
fine with that. But and then you can just play one from your hand here, or you know, second time playing the game, I'm fine reshuffling
Oh,
it
that
back.
that's what you check if you for tire damage. You check. You either come here or take the tire damage, and then need to check again.
No, I think it's both. Because like here, there's nothing further. These are penalties
see.
for that section.
Okay. Yeah. Let's redraw here.
All right.
Let's pretend that
Let's
never
stick in
happened.
the middle of the deck. I know that's not exactly the best practices, but we're just gonna stick that card in the middle of the deck.
All right. And I'm gonna play this.
You're going to get called out.
I'm gonna play this 41 here.
It's just discarded. It doesn't replace. You're checking
Okay,
against this.
yep. I'm gonna play
I
this.
believe
41.
also a second edition thing that we're not doing just because the track printing is different in second edition. You're always checking against your card, not strictly the board. The board gives you like modifiers to the card.
So you did not careen into a crash, right?
Nope.
Good job.
And
That's
then
okay.
you took tire damage.
Yeah, I took tire damage.
Great.
The
That's
tires
your turn.
are not so great.
So this guy went.
Mm-hmm.
Now it is these dudes. 1, 2. Are we gonna challenge these guys?
You
Dare
are
I?
in a corner. Can you?
Oh, you're right. You're right. The hazard
No
I cannot.
contest.
The hazard I cannot.
Or can you?
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then let's draw a card. I gotta start spending cards. I got a lot of them.
I think one of these guys should have gotten the +2 from.
You are right. 1.
Just one.
Just 1 because of the movement. So this guy should also be only here. So this guy should also be here. No, that's right. Because he got... Oh, we get +2,
Mm-hmm.
not +1. All right, we're good. We're good. Keeping track of this movement can be hard to remember.
Yes.
Okay, let's just keep expanding my hand more and more by playing a pair of 2s. We're gonna play a pair of 2s coming out of here. I get 3 cards out of it, spend nothing. I'm gonna spend one of my soft tires to get an additional movement, so I'm getting 5 movement. -1, I guess, is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Into there. And that's my turn. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. New stage, and start with this dude. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's a
This
corner.
is a corner.
You're right,
so
it's a corner. So Mike, you may challenge that guy if you want to sneak ahead.
So if I beat him in the challenge, then I'll go first.
Right. Your
the
movement turn
challenge-
has not happened
And
yet.
the challenge is
so-
blind.
Nope.
No, oh, I play two.
You play 2 cards from 1 or 2 cards from your hand,
Hold on. So I play 2 of these,
and you're gonna get a -2 to that.
but this isn't my movement. This is
Right.
just the challenge.
Correct.
And I get a -2.
Yep. Because
then they're gonna
this
play
corner
2?
they are also gonna play 2.
What's the negative to a challenge? I'm just going to lose the cards. That's the
You lose
part
access to them for this turn.
for this turn. That's fine.
So depending on your hand, like I have a billion cards.
Yeah, I have a.
I have a
push
ton
too.
of cards.
So I'm going to challenge.
So
Yeah, I'll challenge.
I will probably challenge in most instances. But last game, James, when you and I played, I had such an anemic hand. I
Yeah.
had like 2 and 3 cards
Oh
in
yeah,
my hand.
this is my hand right now.
You
This
have
is
one
card.
race card.
Yeah.
I'm going to challenge.
Or a track card.
Yeah,
So
it's not a good look.
I
I'm
believe
gonna
if
play-
you can't move, I think maybe you pit. I'll double check.
I just don't have great cards
you
for
get it.
challenging, but I'm going to challenge nevertheless.
Okay. So what do you got?
4 -2. 2.
You're at a 2, and they're at an 8.
2 4s.
2 4s. No way you're gonna succeed there. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4.
My
Mike,
turn.
It's your turn.
Okay, I have 2 cards for this corner.
Wow.
Can I use both of them?
Maybe. If it has on the left side this little plus card thing, that means you can play that card and any other card.
I
regardless
actually
of number.
think that allows you to do it at any corner. Like you can use the other one for movement regardless.
No, it says that you can combine it with it. I'll
Okay.
double check.
Yeah.
I'm 90% sure, but I'm pretty sure it means you can combine it with anything else.
Both of mine are for that corner, so I was going to play them both.
Go nuts.
Yeah, go for it.
So I'm playing this 3 and this 2. I can't late break, I guess.
It's if you were to
I was
hit this
entering
corner,
it.
then you don't need to late break. You
Yeah.
But
get
I
the
do.
advantage with
But
this.
I do
discard.
need to check both of these
Mm-hmm.
from my hand or blind.
From your hand.
Either.
Or blind.
It's your choice.
But from my hand.
But you have to do 2 checks, and you resolve them in the order you want. So you're going to do the first check.
And then that's going to go here.
Then a card will replace this. Then it'll do the next card.
Oh, okay.
And you can do the check with the card from your hand that will replace this, or one of the cards you played, which will replace it. So you could check with this, replace, and then check with that if you wanted, right?
And then that's it. And then that's it.
And then you do.
Yeah.
You'll
Oh,
have
I'll
to
just do
checks.
that. That's fine. I'll check with this one.
Yeah, so that little symbol is, in this turn, it is possible to play this card in combination with any other card, i.e. without following the normal rules on movement value or pairs.
Right. So
you could play, like, this is the 3 and a 2. Normally you can't play that, because one of them has this, you can't.
okay, but the normal rules are also, it has to, if you're using it for movement, it has to be.
It still
corner.
does, though.
Okay.
It still does.
So I'm going to check.
And Mike's both of them do.
I'm going to check this one with this one,
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
and then check this one with this one.
sure. Because then you're checking the first one, you're checking against a 35 plus 20, so actually 55. The 25 is lower than the 55, so success. Then
And
you're
45.
checking that, which is against 45 versus, or actually that's 65 because that's plus 20.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh.
you're getting plus 20 from that, making it 45. Plus 20 inherent to this check, which makes it 65. 35 beats it, so you're good.
Oh, okay, great. That's confusing. That plus 20 doesn't go here. It goes to the.
It
thing
modifies
that's
your
crazy.
target.
Yeah. Okay.
I think they're just trying to make pluses always good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you played your 2 cards. It's 5. You
I
played
could
a
change the
3
weather
and a
too.
2. You can also change the weather. Clouds starting to come in. All right.
You gotta move still.
And then you gotta move.
That's not important.
You played a 3 and a 2, so you can move 5.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And you can pass him for your last one. Because you're in a straightaway. And you take the leader marker.
Passed.
Then do I go, or does this ultra
Yippee.
fast go?
Then it would be you.
He already went.
Yeah.
Yeah, this ultra fast.
Because you went off the
Yeah.
board. That's right. Yeah, the ultra fast goes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you go. I forgot that you had careened.
I had careened. Okay.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
That's right. So I spent a tire. This is not great. I only have 1 tire left.
That is not great. And when do you pit? You pit soon.
I pit very soon. And I need to check. I'll use this card to check, I suppose. And I will move 2.
Okay. And then this guy goes at a -1 movement. 1, 2. I'm not contesting. All right. I guess I can't contest also. Let's go ahead. What do we got here? That doesn't help. Let's play. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. And not the hand I want, but I guess I will take it. I'm going to play this 4. I'll take 1 tire damage, which will give me a card. And then I'm going to move 3 spaces. 1, 2, pass him in the straightaway, and I'm going to spend my last soft tire to enter into there.
Gonna late break.
I'm not going to late break. It's not gone my way so far. All right, and then this guy moved, so then 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and 1. Next turn. So the next turn, the furthest ahead yellow car and James must pit. So we have these markers on the board over here that we set up early that determines essentially when the car runs out of fuel, and then you have to take a pit. And we'll go through pitting when we get to it in just a moment. All right, Mike, no contest. You're in a straightaway, so there's no contests. You're just the first one to go. You're the leader, buddy.
Ready to go, in the lead.
Amazing.
Hey,
You've overtaken both fast cars, super fast cars.
what is that saying? The poster with the dog, and it's like the dog's ass. It's like, if you're not in the lead, the view's not as great or something like that. I wish I could remember.
Yeah, I got a good idea.
You
of
understand
what
what
you're
I'm
talking
Some
about.
kind of
You
boomer-
understand?
Yeah, some sort of
it's
dog-ass
definitely
poster.
a boomer poster for sure. It's a dog ass poster.
Yeah.
It's always like a gross dog ass too. Like you can see a lot. It's not great.
So you're saying that's what the super fast cars.
That's
are
what these guys are
experiencing?
dealing
Right.
with right now.
Yeah.
This is smelling
Your
my
gross ass.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
you're,
ass.
yeah. The ad for your sponsor is a dog's ass. I get it.
Right.
You got like a car wrap.
Yeah, that's a fun. That's great. Okay.
And it says, "Better get used to seeing this."
It's killing me. Alright.
I'm glad I pit soon. My car's gonna blow up.
Yeah, you got damage. Your tires are wearing thin. Mike has to pit.
You gave me a card, right?
I did, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna play these 2.
3 and a 1. You got to make a check,
Against that 30.
and you take a tire damage.
Against
sorry.
your 35.
55.
55.
55.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna use this 55
That's perfectly fine. If you meet it, you're good. And then
As
you
the
get
check.
2 cards for your troubles.
and I spend it.
You took your tire.
And I spend it.
All right.
And
I was asking you if you. I don't think you
I
did.
don't think I did.
And then you move. What'd you play? A 3 and a
1.
1. All right. So you move 4 spaces.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. Bring yourself over to the front because these boys are right behind you.
Tailing me.
James.
Great.
Here you go.
Okay, that's not what I need, but I am. Cool. I am going to play this 5. It's a track card.
Big ol'
it's
5.
specific to this corner, so as long as I'm moving in or out of it,
Correct. As
I
long
can
as
do
you,
it, and I
as
can
long as
reach it.
you involve
So
that
1,
corner.
2, 3, 4, 5. And it lets me remove a hazard, but I'm not gonna. I like these hazards.
Leave
I
those
mean,
hazards.
that was pretty good, but if you're not in the lead, the view's the
You're around the corner. I can't even see it. Maybe there's like an elaborate system of mirrors.
Yeah, I definitely set up a previous
Yeah.
system of mirrors.
All right. So my turn now. For the first time in a while, I am not contesting my space with these fast cars, nor am I in a hazard. And I'm, in fact, getting ready to put the pedal to the metal. Don't have the corner card that I would like, but that's all right. Do that and that. It's pretty good. All right, I'm playing these twos. 2 orange twos. Gets me 2 more cards. And I can get a blue flag, which I will take even though it won't matter. It's only for lapping. And I'll move 4 spaces plus 2 for a total of 6 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Here he comes. He's back in.
I'm working my way up.
Skid off the track twice.
This guy moves
Still in the
plus
game.
1, 1, 2, 3. This guy moves 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and 1. All right, pit time. So at the start of the game, part of our the qualifying, as they call it, you play cards to determine where you start in the start grid. As well, you note how much fuel you're putting in your car, and that's going to determine when you must pit. The turn section of the game, the turn track, you're going to put your little markers in there, and when the turn gets to that turn, your only choice is to pit. And James, you're going to pit right now, as is a yellow car. So
Yep.
Why don't we go ahead and have you do it first?
Cool. So I typically, the pitting is determined by the board. In this, we have to move back 6 sections. However, I have the pitting skill.
Yep.
So I move 2 fewer. So I'll move 1, 2, 3, 4. Set up right here. I also, with the pitting skill, I get a track card.
Yep.
I replace all of my tires and fix all of my red damage.
And you can also change your tires too.
Yes, which I'm going to.
Okay, what are you switching to?
I'm going to switch to soft.
Okay, so you will then get 3 fewer tire
Mhm.
markers.
So I will get 3 of these, and then if you could just hand me 4 tires.
There you go. So you normally have a max of 8. Your car does.
Mm-hmm.
Minus 3 for the soft tires. And the soft tires, that's how I've been getting bonus movement a little bit. You can spend 1 per turn to get +1 move.
And I also have a chance to get rid of any cards in my hand and draw back up to the 6 that I start with. So I'm going to keep the card that I have and draw a cool 5 more. There's also, when you're pitting, where you have to check your hand limit. It's the only time you have to check it. And you have to discard. You have to be at your hand limit when you finish pitting.
Yep. Yeah, and also, with your pitting bonus card, you specifically draw it after you refresh your hand, so that it doesn't count against that limit.
I'm also going to change my strategy. This is when you're allowed to change your strategy.
Yep. Get in the pit, talk with your team.
Going to maybe switch to save tires.
It's a good one, especially
Yeah.
the soft tires.
Yeah, I'm going to switch over to save tires. So hopefully I can be a little bit more aggressive. Some of the cards I play and not have to pit again by running out of tires.
Sure. Then
You also get a pit bull dog adoption
Yeah.
option, so you can adopt a pit
Oh,
bull
yeah.
now.
Yeah, and I will, of course.
Of course.
I
Why
got this game
wouldn't you?
used. The Pitbull miniature was missing.
Bummer.
So,
You can be program.
and then your fuel marker goes up 10 spaces. So you pit on turn 8. You
So
will
it
now
goes to
pit
18.
again on turn 18. You can extend it further by moving your guy further back sections.
Yeah.
It is 3 steps for every section.
Who
you
needs
do.
this?
All right. So you've pitted, and we're going to mark you with the just pit, the new marker,
Mhm.
because you still get your turn.
Right.
Now that should be a pit bull for real. Like that should be a little pit bull that says just pit.
Okay.
And then this yellow car will move all the way back.
And then, for robots, it is the furthest along of that color, and theirs does not refuel, it's just discarded. So they move 6 back to there, like that. Okay, so leader, Michael,
Yes.
they are going to contest you. So you must fight against it if you want.
Okay. What if I don't? They just take me.
Then they will just, you'll be in last in that section.
Okay. Fine. Deal.
You doing it?
I'm doing it.
All right.
Let's win. I'm gonna win them.
This is one of theirs, and they are getting a +2. They each get a +2 to this.
Oh, I get these back now, right?
They're each getting a +2 to their total. FYI.
Why? Why don't I get it?
Because they're very handsome.
Because the idea, I think, is that in this corner, it is easier for people to overtake than it is to maintain a lead.
But we all got the -2 on the last one.
Only,
got the -2.
Yeah, only the
'Cause you
people in
were
the
the
back. The leader never gets the modifier. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad.
Okay. So they're getting a +2.
Yep. They're already.
What about a tie?
Then if they tie because they're robots, nothing happens. If you tie with them, you take damage, and then the order doesn't change.
If I lose, do I take damage?
No.
No.
But a
If
tie
you
is
lose, they've passed you. If you tie,
You're,
you're
like,
kind of bumping into each
bumping
other.
into each other. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't like that at all. -2. God, maybe they'll draw 2 1s though.
They could. I mean, these could be anywhere from a total of 2 to a total of 8, and anything in between.
And they get +2.
And they get a +2. So right, yeah, these
minimum
these are
4.
2 to 8.
Yeah.
Total here is 4 to 10.
Okay, well, I'm gonna do these 2. 4 and a 2
Okay.
for
You
6.
got a 4 and a 2, so they have 5. So this guy's at 7, and this guy's at 4. A 3, 4, 5. So you will get knocked into second.
Damn.
At 6, this guy beat you at 5 + 2, 7. And they
Well, I kept 1's place, I guess.
they will then take the turn. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And these go here.
Mm-hmm.
Now you may go. Here's a card.
Okay. I am.
And then when this dude passes the yellow flags go away.
Alright, I'm gonna play this one and this one. Wait, orange flag gives me control?
Orange flag gives you control over them late breaking, and you'll have control
Yes.
until the start of turn 9.
Hell yes. So I'm gonna do that. So I am doing a 2 + 2s. I get a card. I'm gonna spend 1 tire and then a card.
Okay, and you do the tires first, so you'll do that, and then you'll get this card.
Okay, so this tire goes away, and then I'm gonna ditch.
Yeah, I see. So you can't just
Yeah.
mulligan the card.
Yeah, there's an order of operations for how you deal with those. The only one that really matters is drawing cards and tire damage.
I'm gonna ditch this card, and then I got a card, which is this one.
Yep, I just gave you that. And
Okay.
then you get the orange marker.
And then I move. 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
And he took. Oh no, there's no trajectory.
Yeah, no trajectories. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then my turn. What is that? That's all right.
Question: at the end of the game, if robots are ahead of me, I still win.
Nope.
No.
Then there's no
The
winner.
robot wins.
They're irrelevant.
No, I don't like
And the robots are really good too, which is
I know that's the problem.
Always moving forward.
yeah.
It's pretty darn good.
We played last time and it was raining, and we had been playing with a misinterpretation of the rules where the robots suffer these tire penalties. So I switched to rain tires. Or I switched to not rain tires, pushed the weather out of it, and then since the robots had already pitted, we had thought they were
Right.
moving fewer, which I pretty much the only reason I won last time, but in fact they don't. They're
We
better
have
than that.
4 and a 1 going through this corner.
I did the weather last time. I had a weather card last time.
No,
I
I'm
went to-
bumping it back, so it's gonna stay here then. So I move 5 up to here. Was that right? Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
Come on.
4, 5.
Come on, Scott. Let's get in the rain.
No.
Why not?
Because I don't want to. All right. The rain would actually probably benefit us more than Jimmy at this point because he just pitted and didn't
what I'm
change
saying.
tires. If it got to rain, we could pit and then
I'm
change.
gonna pit soon. I was hoping to get into the rain so that I could pit and swap tires.
Okay, I'm gonna play
I'm gonna run and grab some more water.
these two. I'm going to spend a tire.
What do you got there? 2 plus 2s.
I'm gonna draw 2 cards. I'm gonna change the weather to even nicer stuff. Dude, I just pitted. I can't. I can't
know.
afford to just swap to rain tires.
That's why I was heading that way.
Yeah. And then I'll move 4.
I have 2 more turns before. Maybe I can still get it in there.
And I'll spend one of these little blue tires to
Get another space.
get another space. Line myself up on this trajectory. This guy's gonna move 1, 2, 3, 4. This guy's gonna move 1, 2. This guy's gonna move 1, 2. Because he was on this plus 2. He's gonna move 1, 2. And this guy will move 2.
And that's that
And
round?
that's that round.
Damn. That was quick.
Mm-hmm. We are on round 9 now, round 7. So next round, you'll have to pit.
Next round, I'm pitting.
Okay.
Wait, weren't we on 7? And now we're on 8?
We were, this was sitting on 7, but I think that it was,
Supposed to be on 8?
yeah. Because I pit on round 8.
Oh, got it. He probably just didn't move it there.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Are you contesting?
So now I choose if I contest the leader.
Yep. It's a contest with all of them still, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do. They keep kicking my ass in these contests, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna try again anyway.
Yeah, there's no penalty.
There's no penalty,
This
which is
time.
nice.
Last time,
All right, I'm gonna do it
never
again.
mind.
I'm gonna do it again anyway. God, I really want to do this one, but
no, I discarded a tire last time, so I got a track card. I didn't have to, but
actually, so can I choose which one to contest? Like I can contest.
I think when there's a
the
contest,
front one or the back one, but I have to contest.
I
or
think
no?
it's both of them. I think that it's if you choose not to contest, the one in the back will pass you.
Okay. Yeah, I will contest. I'm going to play these 2 cards. And then they do 2 cards.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a 2 and a 4.
The leader has a 4, and the one behind you has a 6. So you'll tie with.
No.
It'll actually be the same order, and you'll take a damage. I
Got a
believe.
contest going on.
Yeah.
Well, no, the front guy, don't I pass him since I beat him?
So these two get -3. No, not -3.
That-
0, 0.
yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at the wrong one.
Didn't I beat the front guy? These
you
are
did.
mine.
Yeah.
So don't I pass him or no?
I
Well,
guess.
I guess technically one passes, or you tie with one, and you pass. I mean, it would be the.
The same? Those would just
I guess
flip.
did you guys say like these are for this?
I said this is for the leader.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I guess I would say
Yeah.
sure. If you had decreed which one was which, then I guess yeah.
Yeah.
You would stay in the same. You stay in the same effective position, with the one you tie, than ones you beat.
Right,
go back.
right,
So
right,
yeah, and
okay.
you take 1 damage too.
Shoot. It's probably going to be a brown.
Well, you pit soon, so hopefully it's not brown.
It's
You
a
pit-
red.
you pit
Thank
next turn.
God.
Oh, Matthew is from Chicago. He's in the chat right now. Apparently, there's an accident on the interstate. And he's just watching this, maybe on his phone in park on the interstate. Best of luck to you, my
Yeah.
friend.
Yeah, that's rough. Okay, so these go away,
Off to the side. Yep.
Yep.
and then I do my turn, no?
Yep. And you're going to be affected
card.
by that -1 movement, but it'll go away when you pass it. Because
It
you're the leader.
is not helpful for these. For trying to avoid these super fasts behind you.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe I shouldn't have contested, but what are you gonna do?
Honestly, if I was in your position, I'd contest too.
Yeah.
Because you're fighting for the lead here.
Yeah.
So,
Though he's about to pit, so he's about to lose the lead.
yeah, I guess you're right, Mike. You pit before these guys.
Yeah, I'm about to pit, unfortunately. But whatever. What are you gonna do? They'll pit too, you know?
They will. Yeah, they'll pit 2 rounds after you. Not bad.
So what card to play though?
You're gonna get jammed up a little by the slow car.
I won't make it to him. Thank God. If I played a green flag now, can I remove that hazard before I hit it?
Yeah.
Yes, you do events before you move.
Perfect.
Scott, you mentioned that there are expansions for this game. What are they?
There are 2 current expansions, aptly titled Expansion Number 1 and Expansion Number 2.
Oh, hell yeah.
They are largely just new tracks, though the new track they each come with 2 new tracks, and the new tracks introduce a new track feature called Extreme Trajectories. I don't know exactly how they work. I think they are maybe you have to do blind checks on them or something.
Okay.
But I know that that's a new thing. I believe they're being incorporated into the standard tracks for the second edition. The second edition of the game includes both expansions.
Oh, cool.
There are also a couple new strategies and skills. I think it's 2 of each. I know one is like fuel saving, one is pushing, which lets you go faster. That's at like some penalty.
Okay. I'm gonna play these 2 cards. So a 2 and a 2. Get rid of that hazard.
It's gone.
And I'm gonna pay 2 tires. I'm gonna pay a tire and a card.
Weather.
Weather's going down. It's getting rainy again. I'm gonna ditch this card. And then
Move 4.
when I pit next turn, I'm gonna do that instead of moving, no?
No, you move. You still get to move.
I still get to move.
You move. You'll move 6 spaces back, and then do your turn
Okay.
normally.
And then do my turn.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
great. Okay, and now I move those spaces, which was 4.
4.
So.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Now, if I late break,
Mm-hmm.
does that hazard affect me?
No. You just move into that next section if you succeed, and it'll be against 50 plus 20 is 70. And it's a blind draw.
We're late
Oh,
breaking.
Late breaking, taking the risk. You know what? Here, I'll let you draw it. It's your funeral.
Hi-ya!
What do you got?
Oh yeah, baby! A
14.
good
Wow,
late
that
break.
that beats everything.
14.
Okay, you scoot ahead and you lap that fella with the late break.
Hell yeah!
Now,
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Wave the flag.
I believe with late breaking, you just do exactly what you did. But normally to lap, for the leader to lap, you have to make a check. And if you fail the check, you stay behind them.
But a late break gets you past
I
that.
believe a late break is just a late
Yeah.
break. You just move to the next section and that's it.
Nice.
Cool.
John Radigan wants to know, is it clear who is winning ultimately at this point? I think
Me?
Mike is in a good position.
Yeah, he's
I'm
gonna
gonna
move
pit,
back
but
6 in the
when I-
next turn, but
But you are also...
everyone else has to pit except me
Yeah.
sooner than that.
And you're going to
So-
have to pit again.
And I'm gonna have
at
to pit
some
again.
point.
I don't know if Mike. Yeah, Mike will also have to pit again at some point.
12 to 22.
Yeah.
Though he could go back further to get rid of
Yeah.
it. But yeah, I would say right now the blue car, Mike, is he's currently in the lead and I think is in the best position. We'll see though. We'll see.
Yeah.
Then it's the black cars.
Mhm.
They go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Mike does have the robot.
He
flag.
actually lost it because we're in a new
Yeah,
stage.
new stage.
I didn't even
take it away,
I
but you
didn't
did
even
lose
use
it.
I didn't even use it.
All right, I got a new card. We could do one of these, and we could do. Ooh, this could be a good turn for me. Be a big turn. And we could do. Where is it? Where is it? Yeah. And that. All right, we're playing. No, hold up. It doesn't work. Oh, yes, it does. Yes, it does. Playing these two. For this turn here, and I can play it with any card. So I'm playing a 2 and 3 for 5. Gotta lose a tire, which I will opt not to do. You know what? Yes, yeah, I will. I'm gonna have to hit soon anyway. And I improve the weather 1 step. I'm gonna green flag this. And then I'm going to do a check plus 20, so that is against an 88. And we're going to throw this 82 on there, 86 rather than 88, but that 82 beats it.
Sure does.
And then we're going to move 5, plus 2 is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, wheeling all the way to the back of this car. Crunch that line right up.
Gonna late break.
It's tempting to really give myself a leg up here, but no, we're gonna play it safe for right now. Okay, then we go to James.
You
Here's
indeed.
your card.
Ooh, we can see your hand on the top screen. Oh no, it's good. It's a little view into the inside of the game.
Step into the mind of a James Major.
That's right. Okay. I'm going to play these 2 2s. And I will improve the weather 1 step.
Sunny out
Beautiful
again.
day. Beautiful day. Almost too high. There's no hazards for me to remove. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. And do I late break? There's no one around, I guess.
You still can.
Which is kind of the goofy thing.
You still can. You still decide you're too far behind. You want to take that corner aggressively.
You know what? I will. I'm going to late break.
You're shooting against a 75.
Okay. When do I spend the extra movement for the blue tires?
I think it's.
Can I late break then do it?
No.
Okay.
No.
Then, no.
You can only late break when you
I've stopped.
terminate movement there.
Okay. I'm gonna line up with this trajectory.
Okay.
Got to play it safe.
I hear you. We're on lap, I don't know, 18 of 53.
Yep.
Okay. Then this guy moves. 1, 2, 3. The order of the track is getting confusing now that we're over here.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't mention it before, I don't think, but robots always get trajectory bonuses. All right, and that's the turn. Blue.
This guy moves.
Oh, you're right. That's Sucker moves. Now,
Yeah,
for
he
that
just-
dude to I guess he'll just move into here.
Yeah.
Because it gets clogged up. But to unlap themselves, they have to spend extra movement and stuff. All right, and now it's the next turn.
Mm-hmm.
Blue must pit. That's your
All
luck.
right.
And you're moving from 10 to 20.
Okay.
For what it's worth, you can pit later. What is it? You can put this fuel marker.
You move it 3 steps further along the track for every 1 section you go back to a maximum of. You can do that twice. So you can move back 2 sections to move this 6 moves up. Then you won't have to pit again during the game.
If I pit that, if it's on the last one, I don't pit.
Yeah, it would get to that last.
I
guess.
That very last one.
Yeah, I guess
I
on the
would
last
pit
one. Yeah, I
there,
guess on the
right.
last one you'd have to.
I'd rather not pit on
So
the
if you
last.
think you can get over 6 ahead of everyone by
I'd
the end of
rather
the
not
game,
pit on the last round.
Okay.
I think.
So maybe just stay there.
Yeah, I guess. Okay. So we go back.
You go backwards.
So I'm not the leader
6
anymore.
steps. 1, 2,
This
3,
guy's the
4,
leader.
5, 6. Yep.
Am I behind him or?
You're behind him.
I'm behind him.
And you get the just pit mark.
so it's also unlapped,
correct.
though he will be lapped very shortly.
Yes. Okay. Blue. little spam, little spam skis in the chat.
Oh, you got
Yeah,
spammers?
A little bit of people sending links.
Oh no, that's not spam. That's a legit site. I like that site a
Oh,
lot.
it's your favorite site.
Yeah.
Vast Tech. I love that site. That's my favorite site.
Uh,
I go there all the time.
okay.
Have your Bitcoin wallet ready.
Put in your Bitcoin number immediately. Your wallet number.
So no.
Nope. Now,
Yep.
Mike's pitted.
Now I get to go.
You got to do some stuff. You got to repair your tires.
Oh,
If you
yeah.
want to change tires, you may. Change from hard to soft or rain or intermediate.
Yeah, let's go to soft.
Okay.
I guess. I don't know what I'm doing.
So you get 10 is your maximum for your tires, but because they're soft, you get 3 fewer. So I'll go ahead and give you 6 because you have one already and you over there. So you got 7.
This one's all used up though. I'd like a new one.
Okay, that makes sense. You don't want to replace treads.
No, I want a
Used
fresh
treads.
tire.
You repair any red damage, so that red disc will go back in the bag. And you may change your strategy now from balanced to something else. And they're all listed over here if you want to
I'm
remind
gonna stick with
yourself.
balance.
Okay. Great, and that's it. Now this dude goes.
I don't get to go. I go.
you
so
will.
I'll go on my
We,
own.
we start at the. So this is actually an instance where I mentioned before it can be a weird like activating sections, and then like the leader moves, so the leader changes. Normally this guy would have gone already because you
Yeah.
were ahead of him in the same section, but
Right.
now we check from the leader and go back. So this dude's gonna go a little later. So leader's gonna go 1 into here. That's it. Actually, no, they pass robots for free, or they overtake. You can't overtake in this
Yeah.
section. Yep, he's right here. You know what? You can lap in. You can lap in these sections.
Yeah. For 2 movement.
Yeah. So 1, they don't spend movement on these guys, so he'll just lap him automatically. I think that's right, because you can lap in corners. Robots never spend movement to pass other robots.
Sure.
So
Yeah, I'm
because
wondering
he's
if
the leader-
overtaking is different from lapping for what they do, but yeah. I
I'm
think
gonna
that's
say
fine.
he's just gonna pass him because
Yeah.
he's the leader.
That's totally
And
fine.
I maybe is wrong, but I'm. You know what? I'm sorry, Alessandro. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll just stop here.
You know, actually,
Just gotta go here.
the rules don't say.
The rules don't actually say. Wow, interesting.
The rules don't actually say. So
And this guy is also going to lap him, right? By that same logic?
No, because he's not a. Yeah, I guess you're right, because he's lapping. So yes, he'll continue on then. 1, 2, 3, 4 into here. We'll have to figure. I'll look it up after I'm done with my turn. I'll look it up and see if that was right or not. All right, so I got my card. What do I got here? Bing, bing, bing. No, thank you. So I can lap that guy there. He's lapped. Lapping is 2 movement in there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it would be 4 movement for me to get ahead of him.
those guys don't lose the movement in lapping.
The rules are that robots don't spend movement points to pass other robots.
Got it.
And so I'm extrapolating that to also lapping them.
Got it.
I'm going to double check when I'm done with my turn. Let's play. God, this hand, I have a giant hand and it's actually not super useful. I'm just going to play this red 4 and go 1, 2, 3, 4. Then going back from the leader, this guy can now go. He'll move right up to there. And then green and blue.
Great.
You guys can have a contest.
We're not in the corner, so now.
Oh, you're right. You're right. So green just goes.
Okay. I'm going to play these 2 cards. I'm going to pass my check with a card from my hand. And I will have... I'll get control of the robot flag, so you know what time it is.
I do. It's late breaking time.
It's late breaking time. I draw 2 cards, and then one of my cards is a green, so I'll get extra movement. So my total will be 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bringing up the rear. And that's me.
Robots lap each other without spending any movement points.
Great.
And can do it in corners.
Anyone can lap in corners.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah. Robots do need to pass leader lapping checks in order to lap another robot or player. Using a blind check against a target value of 7.
Well, that hasn't come up yet, but
it
Well,
would have there,
that
but
leader lapped
Yeah, okay.
that.
we'll, if it comes up again,
Yeah.
we'll deal with it. Apologies to the integrity of this game.
And me.
And Mike.
All right.
Doubly apologies to
Specifically.
Mike.
Mike, your go. You have just pit.
Take a card, please.
Of course you will.
Okay. I can't sidle up into that 2, right? Since I
Nope.
didn't do it
Nope.
this time.
Yeah, Jimmy's already used it, so.
Okay.
Had there been no one here when you pitted, you could land here on the pit and take it, but alas. Turn 12 is it going to be this whole field moves backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm going to do...
So, like, remains in a good position.
I'm going to do this card, which is a 2 with a check plus 20.
Okay.
And this card, which is a 2, and I get 2 cards.
Cool. So take a tire damage first. Then go ahead and perform your check
This is
plus
also
20.
a tire damage.
That's for you.
Check plus 20 is not blind, no.
Check plus
And
20
I
is
can't
not
use
blind.
these on the check, right?
That is right.
It's
that,
actually plus
but-
40,
You're right. It's plus 40.
so I just have to be under 95. Should be.
or under
fine.
96, equal to the check
Oh,
passes.
yeah. Okay. I'll do this one. 89.
Okay.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. And that's it. And then I'm going to do 4 movement. And I'm going to spend a blue to get 1 more movement.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to line up on this 2.
Very good.
This green 2.
There you go.
Sorry to
Yellows.
everybody in YouTube. I was not on the board during that whole move. I basically went to here to this 2.
3, 4.
This guy's gonna late break.
This
He
guy?
actually moves 5, sorry. He had plus 2. So
Terrible.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
Well, fine.
Sorry to get your hopes up. And then we've got. Have purple and yellow
Mhm.
moved?
No.
Okay,
They're in the last.
you're right. So this guy will move 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it. Next round. Starting with the leader, who had no trajectory here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 to here. 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. And then we have a contest here.
Mm-hmm.
This is a new round.
This is a new round. So contest time. If we want, James, do you wish to contest the lead in this corner?
Sure.
Okay. Purple will as well, and I also will.
So what does that mean?
So now Jimmy and I have to play cards to do a
Oh,
contest.
and it's at a minus
The computer
2.
gets these, and the
How does
robot,
a 3-way contest go?
just whoever has the highest will be in the front of the pack, second will be in
Oh,
the
it
middle,
just
third is in the back.
could yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And the -2 for the robot and James. I'm at a
So the contest is
change.
happening right there.
yeah, right on this turn. I
Right
can't.
there.
V Ascari.
Scott, this works really well.
That's a little target. Should I get a little piece of cardboard?
Oh, he's a coward. Perfect. We
Just
should
to
do that.
focus on different parts of the
Yeah.
board. Oh no, what we need is like
See-through.
a glass, like a bent, like a parabolic glass.
Ooh, so it's a magnified.
Magnified.
Ooh, okay, hold on. I got it. Hold on, I got this. Even better. So a tinted piece of glass with a circle in the middle that has a parabolic lens. So everything's like grayed out around it.
Perfect.
Boom.
That's the move.
We're working on it. We're gonna
Coming
have it.
soon,
We're gonna have it for
2022.
next time.
2022. All right. Let's do that, and
Actually, like a diopter would be good to like show close-ups of things. That would be really fun.
Yeah, nice. All right, I got my pair. This is the robots. This is mine.
Okay.
You guys have -2. I'm at a 6,
Okay. I'm also at a 6.
and they're at the lowest. They're at 2, so they pop to the back. And then
I'll
we're
stay where I am.
tied, so we remain where we're at and take damage.
Cool.
You successfully pass the robot, and then we kind of
Mhm.
bump wheels a little bit. Oh, you have bang. Oh, you change off
Yeah,
of
I
bang
change off
wheels.
of
Oh,
it.
all right. I got
And
a
now-
red.
I also got a red.
Lucky. Feels good to draw red out of that bag. Okay, now it's my turn.
I got a big doo-doo one.
You do.
Yeah, that's
So
how they
we're
get
going
you.
we're in turn 6, going to turn 7. Okay, that's not bad.
Monza.
No, that's okay. Yep.
I'd like to know where in Italy this is.
It's a real track, I think.
It is. They're
Well,
all real tracks.
sorry. I think this is the name of the track. The real track. I know it's based on a real track, but
Yeah, we're gonna go to Home Depot and get a lens.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some.
Instead of spending like $10,000 on like fancy cameras.
No, we'll just
get a
get
hunk of glass.
couple mirrors, big hunk of glass with a diopter in the middle. It's gonna be great.
That's good. This is gonna be money. All right, playing these 2 cards because I can play any card with this Parabolica. Look at that Parabolica. Talking about parabolic lines. That's fate. Our conversation has steered my strategy. All right.
You better be
So-
going into that turn though.
I am.
Okay.
I'm going through it, in fact. So I'm moving 5 spaces. I have to do a check, a standard check, and a check -20. So I'll do a standard check first. 82. No, I'll do the -20 first. So 82 down to 62, and I will replace it with this 50. And then the standard check against that 50 will be. That's that card. Against the 50, we'll do a nice, cool. Maybe I'll stick that 25 in there. Yeah, I think I was going to stick that 25 in there. Keep the 50 with the 25. And then I'm going to move 5. 2 and a 3, no other changes. Move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and line up with that +2 trajectory.
Have you pitted yet, Scott?
I
He's
have
about
not.
to.
I will be the second
Oh,
turn,
the stack, the big stack of pits right
where
there.
everyone is going to
Mhm.
pit.
Everyone's pitting.
Everyone except these 2 yellow robots will have then pitted after next turn. Anyway, that's my turn. James.
Alrighty. I'm gonna play.
Oh, this is actually a very close copy of the actual track, including the challenging final turn Parabolica.
Excellent.
Which is this.
Okay, I'm going to play a total of 6. I'm going to spend 1 tire, but not the other, using tire savers. Get a track card. I draw a regular card, and I will move 6. Go ahead
Line it up.
and muscle to the front.
Oh, you're going ahead of me. Sure. You
Yeah.
don't get the trajectory.
Yeah, I know. I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Does the leader chit go under yellow there?
Leader chit
It's
is
still
still
black.
there.
Oh.
These guys are about to get left.
Oh, they're getting left.
This guy's gonna
These guys
move.
haven't gone yet.
Yeah, I'm saying like
Right.
he's here
Yes.
because he's close to lapping him. 1, 2, and then blue, Mike.
This guy's gonna late break.
Yeah, I guess you have the orange.
Yes.
We haven't gone to a new stage yet.
Yep.
This is the longest stage of the game.
21, so they pass.
Mike, here's a card.
Thank you.
Yeah, everyone's gonna late break.
Yeah, I wonder how small. It's saying here, a prescription glass from Walgreens. Go cheapo prescription glasses. How small of a lens would we need to?
I used to have a diopter that was like would have been perfect. It was like
We'll
that
experiment. We'll
big.
experiment.
Yeah, we gotta mess around. Actually, I wonder if one of my lenses would work if I just held it in front. What to do? What to do? Ooh, I didn't get a track card. I think I should do that, probably. Only one has to match, right? The trajectory for me to get a track card?
That's correct.
Okay, so I'm going to do...
You're looking to match green.
I'm going to do that one.
Right? +2.
And then... Big money shit.
Uh-oh.
Wait. 1, 2... I can't pass him, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll get stuck here.
You could lap him.
You could lap him
if you
for
have extra
2
movement.
If I have enough movement, I can lap
Mhm.
him.
Yep, you can
Plus
lap
2 to lap him in the corner.
Yeah.
him. You can't do that. You gotta
What?
play pair of 2s
Oh, that's
or
right.
1 is something else. Unless the reason, though, the way some of us have been going
No, you're
around
right,
that
you're
is
right.
with the track cards.
You're right. Shoot. Shoot.
Mike, have you ever heard? You're a big fan of that other website. What about VOT.FYI? Is that another?
That's another great one.
Yeah.
That's another really good website. Go there immediately. No, don't.
Yes, ignore these spam bot texts,
Yeah.
please.
That really f's up my
I'm
whole
removing
plan.
them as they're coming up, but sometimes holding the right card for the right time is what you need. It's having some of these good. Honestly, having this saving tires and getting these race cards, or
Yeah.
these track cards, has been killer.
I need 2 to pass him.
You need 2 extra to pass
3,
them.
4, 5,
You need 7
6, 7,
to get ahead of them.
and I'll be here.
If it makes
No,
you.
you'll be in the same section.
I'll
ahead
still
of
be in
them.
the same section ahead.
Yeah.
of him.
If you're trying to get past him, know that he's going to pit next turn. I think all the purples
Also
are.
true.
Yeah, both
Yep.
of the purples are going to pit.
That's true.
These will be the ones that don't pit. This is everything, but
Yeah.
these 2 will pit.
That's true.
There's
No,
something.
the yellow.
there-
Actually,
yeah.
none of the yellows will. Because
Yeah.
one has already.
Okay, well then I will do. I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to pass 2 checks, but that's
Purpose
fine.
dropping back to here.
I'll do this. 2 2s.
Pair of 2s, doing
I
2
gotta
checks.
kill a tire.
And you're doing 2 checks, each
Doing
at plus
2
20.
checks.
So you're checking right now against 129. Because you get a total of plus
Which-
40.
Being clear, the lowest or the highest card in the deck is 99.
So for the
Correct.
so for
So
the
you cannot fail it.
first check, I'll do this one, but then for the second check, I can still do this one because it's plus 20, right?
Correct. Second
So-
one's against 60.
So I'll end on this. Well, do I want to?
Reflexes is pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
For if you
Reflexes is
if you got a
great.
lot of checks, you're not only are you passing it, but you can be increasing it
I
as
feel
well.
like, I had it last game, and I feel like I didn't have
Yeah.
a ton of cards
do.
that were checks,
Yeah.
but it was very helpful for the rain.
The rain was a big deal last time.
I'll actually not do this one. My second one. Wait. First shit. So now this one's 60.
For this check, it's 60.
I just don't have the right cards. If I do it the opposite way, I think I can do it, right?
Mike is
Use this
succinctly explaining this game. You need the right cards.
You do need the right cards.
one. Use that one. Now I need
79.
79. Under 79.
Uh-huh.
And
Under
now I'm gonna
80.
do that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're ending with that 75 on top, discard the
Yes.
rest. And you're moving
Yes.
4.
Yes.
Plus 2. So 1, 2,
6.
3, 4, 5. You have to stop there.
But he's gonna pit. I would pass him, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, you could spend a soft tire to get your necessary
It's not worth
movement,
it.
but yeah, he's just going to pit.
Okay, that's
Okay,
it.
then these dudes 1, 2, 3, 4.
He's going to late break.
All right. He needs to beat a 75.
He does.
And this dude 1, 2, 3.
He's going to late break.
All right. He needs to beat a 50.
He fails.
Goes careening into here and has to do another check against a 50. You'd have a great equalizer before the match.
The great equalizer, he passes that.
Okay, he passes. Lucky him.
Thank God.
Okay. Then these 2 move. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3.
You already know what time it is.
Yellow's gonna late break. He needs to beat him to 60.
He does not.
He needs to beat a 60 again. No death on the horizon.
He does not.
No death on the horizon, but he'll get -4 movement coming out of the
You're really
track.
putting these robots through the ringer.
I got the robot
All right,
flag.
and now we move into the pitting round, the mass pitting round, a mass extinction event. All right.
Is this
Bill Eklund's.
is this
Whatever this game
biogenesis?
is
Yeah.
called. What are we playing? Race Biogenesis?
Formula 90.
Race time.
In,
with Phil
in
Eckel.
defense of
In defense of
Monza colonialism.
in defense of racing
Okay.
like an idiot.
So let's pit, I guess, in this order. Why not? Doesn't really matter. So I'll pit and move back 6 spaces. 1, 2.
Does order of operations matter for like positioning after you pit?
I think you maintain. That's a good question, actually. I don't really know the order in which you. I think it's the order you put them in, which is
Right.
this.
That's fine. Yeah.
So I'm just gonna maintain that.
Okay.
So I end up here. I've just pitted. I will continue with soft tires. I'm going to flip it upside down to show I've now used it twice. You only get 2 uses of soft tires through a given game. I'll replenish back up to 7. 6, 7. I will repair all of my red damage.
There's no reason you wouldn't repair your red damage, right?
Correct. There's no reason not to. Just phrasing it in that way to say that I wouldn't repair brown damage. I will not switch my save tires. It kind of goes along with my soft tires. The hazard could be useful.
Softy savey. Hard.
Let's see, when am I pitting again?
Hazard?
I'm pitting in round 22. I am actually going to switch off of save tires, I think. I'm going to switch off of save tires, and I'm going to pick up, I think, hazard. Take damage, opt to do blind checks, and late break.
For bonus
I
movement.
get benefits. So yeah, I am going to I'm going to adopt hazard for this section of the game. And then I've done it. I've pitted. Now we've got the front leading black car, which is this one. You're going to become the leader eventually, so I'm just going to put you there now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These two have pit. And then the perps. Sorry, he's here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to here. He can take the trajectory. And he's lapped as well. And then this purple one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All the way to here. And that's it.
That's everyone.
Laps have done. James, take your turn.
Cool. Okay, I'm going to play these 2 2s. I'm going to spend a tire,
Okay.
but not the other. I get to draw a track card. And I'll move 4.
Oh, I need a track card from my last trajectory.
You're right.
use.
You're right. You greened up. Okay. That's you. And then blue.
That's me. Okay. You're taking that green trajectory?
The orange next to it.
Yes. Any way to donate money? If you go to phasingplayer.com/donate, there are a couple options there. That's anyone that wants to support the show and donate a little money, go to phasingplayer.com/donate. Much appreciated. Certainly not obligatory, but very appreciated, of course. And the people watching now or later on, also very much appreciate you. Check me out on social media at phasingplayer on Twitter and Instagram.
I get a card
You get a card.
for
A
my
regular
start.
card?
Just
okay.
for my start my turn.
All
right?
right, buddy.
Don't I get one at the start of my turn?
I guess if you say so. Hey, don't need to threaten me here. Put away that knife.
It's not. Right.
Put away that race car.
All right.
Thanks for coming by. Have a good night, and then enjoy your hockey game.
Are you talking to? Who are you talking to?
Marcelo,
We're in the room here with you. Talk to me.
Michael.
I'm gonna go.
Play your
Okay,
turn.
so I'm gonna play this
I'm gonna go watch
one.
my hockey game next
I'm
time.
gonna play this 5.
Yep, that's perfectly legal.
Is
because
that?
you're,
Oh no,
you're
it's the
going
wrong
into turn
turn.
6.
No, I'm not going into turn 6. I'm over here.
Oh, you're way over here.
I
You're
thought it
right.
was 7.
You're right. Sorry. Nope. It is perfectly illegal.
I thought it was 7. Hold on. You can only play a pair of 2s, right? You can't play a pair of anything else.
Correct. Pair of 2s or a 1 and anything else.
Dumb. I don't like that rule.
Sorry, pal. You got a 1 down. Go ahead and play something else.
I know. I'm gonna do it. Jeez Louise, give me a break. 2, 3, 4, 5, 1.
I understand
2,
these
3,
cards
4,
are larger, so we can move them around more easily. But when they have this like parking lot printed here,
I know, it's very
we're
funny.
so big. We're giant cars.
Maybe the parking lot is very far into the earth. It's an aerial shot, and it's like some sort of parking pit.
Yeah.
And the racetrack is like thousands of feet in the air.
Wow, that could be. Yeah, that's. I don't really watch. I don't really watch F1, so I don't know.
That's how it goes, right?
It might.
The only thing I know about Formula One is Hitman 2 has the Formula One level, or maybe that's the first one. I think it's the second one. Hitman 2, Formula One level.
I didn't play Hitman 2.
You got to mess up.
I played the
someone's-
original Hitman 2.
Yeah. Well, I've played that too, but the new Hitman 2.
The new Hitman 2.
The first level, you got to take out. You got like a Formula One thing.
So I'm gonna play this 3 and this 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. I gotta pay 2
Spend
tires.
tire. You get 2 cards.
I gotta spend 2 tires, but I'm gonna spend a tire
Oh, you're right.
and a card. This card.
Okay.
And this tire. I got my 2 cards. That's it.
you. Okay, so that was blue that just went. So
Mhm.
now purple goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, because they're on the trajectory. And then this is Just Pit Boy. Both these Just Pit Boys are going to go. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll take my turn. And we're going to scooch on ahead. Yeah, we're just going to do a little scoochy. Get these cards back. We're going to scooch 3 spaces up. 1, 2, 3 to that line right there. Purple's going to go 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Just onto here. Just onto here. And that's the turn.
Great.
Starting with the leader, you lose your markers.
Terrible.
You're on a +2 trajectory right now.
Mm-hmm.
If you play an orange card.
Unfortunately, I cannot.
You know what? I'm also, when I did this, I am going to spend. I have to spend this now, actually. Because I don't have my save tires anymore.
Making this guy late break kind of screwed me here. I guess I can lap him.
You can. You need 5
Yeah.
to lap him. And you're getting a +2, so certainly doable.
He's not getting the +2.
I'm probably not going
Oh,
to
okay. Yeah. Catch up to those twos.
Unfortunate.
Mike, how's it going playing this and running the stream? You doing all right?
It's okay. I think I keep forgetting to go back to the board in some spots, and people don't see what we're doing.
Sure.
But I do apologize. Vour.tech.
Tech.
Get your Bitcoin ready.
I'm going right now.
Our
I'm going right now. Yeah, it's all right. I don't know. You guys tell us what you think. Is it okay? Or would you prefer if I was focused on it? What do you think? See, I just switched to
It's gonna
Scott
play
on
this
accident. I was
+3.
talking. I'm talking now, but I switched to Scott for some reason. I don't know why I did that.
So you
And now the
just-
game's playing, and I didn't even switch the thing
Yeah.
on.
I'm going to spend a tire.
You're almost out of tires
I
already?
know. It's rough.
kidding
It's
me?
rough. I need to switch to hard tires. I need to switch back.
You're a tire
Yeah.
hog.
You're winning the race, and you're like, all right, team, let's change what we're doing.
Yeah.
Let's change what's working.
Although I did the same thing.
Yeah. The I mean, honestly, I have to pit again soon,
Sure. It's
but
2 rounds. Is that your turn?
it's not that soon. Yeah, that's my turn.
Mike, it's your turn. Here's your card.
Okay, card please. Oh shit. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4. Two. Yeah, so I'm gonna just do. I need these cards. Fuck. This is not easy. This is hard. This game's hard. Two options.
Two options.
Two options is what I have right now. One option. Yeah, okay. No, I'm just gonna play it safe right now.
Play it safe.
I'm gonna
Just
play
play
it
it
safe.
safe.
I'm gonna play these two ones.
Pair of ones.
Is that okay?
Absolutely.
I play a pair of ones. I get a bunch of cards for them.
3 cards will be for you, and you lose a tire. What you got to do before you get the cards in your hand, and you have to lose.
It has to be a
It
tie.
has to be a tire, but it's only one.
1, 2. I'm gonna line up on this orange guy,
Smart.
and that is me.
1, 2. Wow, is the leader really that far ahead of these? I guess that guy was left. That's why. 1, 2.
Those guys
3,
just pit too.
4. Then I have to go. I guess I can't just move myself 4.
You can try.
I'm gonna move myself 3 though. I'll lose a tire. Get 2 cards. Go +2 is 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wish I could have gone one further, but here we are.
You got a blue. Just use a blue.
I mean, without that, because if I pass dudes, I get cards, so I won't be able to pass anyone this turn. But maybe, you know what? If I go there, no, because there's no contest in straights. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yellow pits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there's a just pit marker. Go ahead, James.
Dump 2 yellows. No,
Nope.
I guess not.
Nope. Robots have 1 more pit in 2 rounds. Lap 32, they will pit.
All right.
And then
How are you gonna beat the robots when we got to pit again? I mean, this is gonna be impossible.
having to pit again is tricky,
Who won your last game?
James.
I did.
We were playing wrong though.
That is true.
I think you may have still won, but because you won by a good amount. I don't
Right.
think it was that close.
Okay, I'm gonna play these 2 track cards.
Okay.
Um,
Because you can with that bonus as long
Mhm.
as you pass through turn 3, which is right
which I
here.
will. So I'm gonna move. I'm gonna draw 2 cards first, and then I go 1, 2, 3, and lap
It costs
for
1,
4.
and you have to pass because you're the leader.
Mm-hmm.
You have to pass a check.
I had a blue flag at some point.
You lose it at the start of every stage.
Got it. I have to pass a check.
You gotta pass a check.
Okay. It is done.
All right.
And we go 5 into here. Then it costs 2 to
2 more to pass that guy.
2 more to pass that guy. I could spend a blue tire, but I don't know that it helps me that much because he's just gonna move out of my way anyway.
You have to pass a check as well.
So
The leader always passes checks when passing cars. When lapping cars.
right. So that's where I'll end up.
Okay. Then blue. You're on a +2,
Card, please.
and orange +2.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This should not be in there.
No, it should not. There was a track card in there.
Oh, was
somewhere
there?
in there for the one we're playing.
Sure.
Was he yellow flags place a hazard?
Yep, you put it on any corner section, and it goes away when the leader passes it, or when a green flag is played.
Okay. Then I'm gonna play these 2.
Okay, so you take 2 damage, 2 tire
2 times.
damage.
I'm gonna lose 1 and give you a card.
Sounds good. Here's a
It's
yellow flag
gonna
whenever
be
you want it.
This card. Oof. Yeah, it's gonna be this card.
Okay, and then you're moving 4 with a yellow and a red. So you know,
I'm
no
moving-
track card for you, but
I'm moving 6.
so you move 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yep. And where is this going?
He's on. Is he on the 2?
He's on the 2.
Late break.
So if you put it in front, it's going to go away once the leader passes it.
Yeah.
And
I'll
you're-
still have to
you're-
deal with it, but it'll
Yeah.
go away.
Yeah. So it'll affect
But
these
that's
2.
beneficial to me, so I'm gonna do that.
Okay. So there's a hazard over here, or it could also be right here. It doesn't really matter, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it. By late break, I have to pass a 75
Mm-hmm. A blind.
with a blind,
75.
but it's actually a 95.
95.
Right.
I'm gonna late break.
Okay. You put that down first for what it's worth.
I do.
Moving is the last thing you do in a round,
Okay.
so you need to put it somewhere.
So I'll put it there, and then I'm gonna late break.
Okay. Beat a 95 with a 70. So
Mhm.
just get right to there.
Um,
All right, that's your turn then.
Yep.
Then this fella goes, which is just going to be 1 into here. 1, 2, 1, 2. I guess he can lap, and we determine that they will lap for free. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I have to go. This is last round. Turn 1. Yeah, maybe that's just what I need. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a lot. This hand of cards is rough. As big as it is not an easy hand. So we're just gonna do that card right there. Take a tire damage. Move 2. Check with this card. Succeeds. 25 plus 20 is 45, beating with a 37. And then I'm going to late break. Going against that 60. Got 27. I've succeeded. And with my hazard, I get a track card whenever I attempt a blind check in any scenario. Then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. And that's it. James.
Great.
Contest. Put that card
Oh,
back.
yeah.
Contest. Mike, do you wish to contest James? No adjustment for modifiers here.
Yeah.
Okay, so yellow is also participating.
I have 2 cards.
You can play 1 or 2.
Any 2?
Mhm. Doesn't matter if it's a corner card or what. Any 2 cards. All right.
Hold on one quick second. Okay.
We got a 4 from here. We got 8, and we got 8. No modifiers for any of this, so everything remains as it is, and you 2 take damage. Set those cards aside. You can use them again next turn.
Man, I know about 8. Can't.
All right, James. Take your turn. You're gonna lose a movement.
Yeah.
This actually is a great situation for Mike, because you're gonna lose the movement, and he's not.
There's a guy I got a lap too.
And there's a dude you have to lap.
Real nightmare situation here. So to move to here, I need 5. Ridiculous.
Yeah. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. And you have to pass a check. Lapping that dude.
Can I just reverse and smash up Mike's car some more?
Hit the brakes.
Yeah.
Yes. I'd say you can.
Do the thing that I think everyone did at some time as a kid in any racing video game, where you just do
You
a
just
180 on
drive
the course and
backwards.
drive backwards.
Yeah. I've definitely done that.
You're curious to know what is the game going to do when you smash head on to another car
Will
full
it
speed?
let me?
Will it let you? And will there be like cool
Will
damage?
there be a consequence?
Right.
Um.
I always like Destruction Derby as a kid, a PS1 game.
Okay, I'm just gonna play this 2,
So you move 1.
and I'll line up with
Step.
this
Sure.
red.
Okay, Mike.
Hazard's gone.
The hazard is
Here's
gone.
a card.
Not changing the weather either. Not spinning a tire.
Just riding
So
easy.
I can't pass him.
You could spend your 1 soft tire to go up into there if you wanted.
Suppose I could.
Don't know if it's worth it or not, but you cannot pass him there because you're not lapping him. And you don't have any ability. You need banging tires
To pass in a
to
curve.
pass. Yep.
So right now I'm just getting behind him and that's it.
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah, that's sort of one advantage of, in this case, not spending a soft tire is just stopping in the last section at the front of a corner. So everyone is then going to have to stop with you. You'll contest next turn, of course, but
Can I pass?
you can just pass your turn. You can change your strategy when you pass your turn as well.
If I pitted right now, I would go back,
Mm-hmm.
but my pit, then I wouldn't pit later.
Correct. Because you still
Or
you still
would it
advance
still move
this.
10.
Yeah, you still advance it up.
But
Oh,
it's,
from where it is, or from where you are?
I think from where it is. I don't know. I don't know. I think in either case,
I'm about to waste this turn, I think, and I'm like, maybe I should just pit now
I think you
because I'm gonna
move
have to
10.
pit later.
Well, because it would be on the if it's from where he is now, it
Yeah,
would go to
that's-
the second to last turn.
Yeah.
that I would not do.
Let me look. I actually don't know. I don't know what happens if you do it early. Hit early. Fuel management.
Yeah, the only reason is because like I'm gonna get stuck behind you regardless.
Mhm.
These cards are not good for that.
It provides a player with 10 turns of fuel. So I would say 10 from where you're at.
So it would go to the
So
second to last. If you
now
pit.
you could
No.
you could pit
He's saying it would go
10 from here.
You're right.
from where I'm at.
Yeah,
right.
it
Which would be
provides
turn
you
25.
with 10 turns worth of fuel.
So I'm gonna have to pit in the second.
Well,
last
but no, because you could pit now and optionally
turn. Lose another space.
lose another 3 and knock yourself 1 further back. And then you would be like here, so you don't have to worry about it anymore. Would be an option. I mean, these guys are coming up. You're gonna be behind them. You'll be behind me, I think.
I'm gonna,
7. This would be 7.
but I'm in like a shitty spot right now.
You're basically just keeping up with the leader, which is I don't know. That
Well,
doesn't
but
seem
like
too
these cards are
bad. Okay.
really bad.
Okay.
And you don't have to pit if you pass, right?
No,
No,
you
I'm
can
just-
just pass your turn.
Just consider.
You
it.
all you get is you don't spend a card and you can change your strategy.
Do you move at all?
No, you just stay there.
I mean, as crazy as it sounds, I'm gonna pit because I don't think I can win otherwise.
Okay, so you're pitting it. Now you're going to spend extra
And I'm gonna
to.
spend an extra to not have to pit again.
Okay. So you go back 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 normally, and then +1 because of your choice. You can take a trajectory.
Great. I will take this 2.
And then you repair your tires, which is also actually pretty beneficial. You can change your tires if you want.
I'm not gonna change,
Okay.
but I am gonna repair,
So you go up to 7.
and then another blue.
You can also change your strategy.
And you may change your strategy from balanced to something else.
I'm digging balance hard.
Mhm.
How about cards?
Yep, you can discard whatever you want, and then you draw up to your hand limit, which is
Probably
5.
includes these guys too.
Yes, those are part of your hand.
I'm gonna discard. Yeah, I'm gonna discard these 2.
And then how many cards do you have currently in your hand?
3. Plus 2 and a track card.
The track card counts.
Okay, so 3.
So you go back up to 5.
You also repair.
And you
this,
repair
right?
that damage. Yep. Okay, so leader. Back to here, this guy goes.
That was the wrong
1.
move, but I did it anyway.
Hey, it's a risky move. I understand your position, though. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I will contest purple.
They're not in front of you though. They're just right.
There's,
as
they
you
are.
left them.
They're physically in front of
Okay.
me, so they
Sure, I
still
guess
try
that's
to
fair.
block me. All right. Any adjustments? +3. Okay. Yeah, +3 is doable. Let's discard just the 1. 'Cause I'm getting a +3. So 7 versus
7.
7. Oh, you kidding me? Took a risk with 1 card, hoping they would get anything but a 4 and a 4 or a 4 and a 3. So I take damage.
Take your damage.
And then purple moves. Go ahead and move them up 2. I got red. All right.
This game is going a little slow.
Now we're supposed to decide this at the very start, but we can opt for a short race, which ends here.
Might want to,
We
because I feel
started
like
a
this is
little-
going to go pretty long.
We're more than halfway. The short race is about 2/3 of the way through the game.
Okay.
We can. We started late.
Yeah.
We had
Yeah,
some
no,
issues.
I
we
understand.
started
No, I
late.
get that too. I'm not saying that
I'm
it's
fine.
the game's fault, but
I'm fine
Yeah.
calling it the short race.
That would be ideal for my schedule.
Okay. Well then, to those still watching, I apologize. We're going to be ending early. For those watching after the game, surprise! Race is called due to a tornado. Apparently.
Oh yeah.
yeah, there's a twister coming. It's
All
a
right. Well, I'm
twister.
still going to try to get in front.
You guys have played Burnout Crash?
Crash
Yeah.
mode?
No, it's a spin-off game called Burnout
Oh.
Crash.
No.
It's
No.
neat, but like the Crash mode, you had to like rack up a bunch of damage, but it was like a top-down view. You like drive your car into an intersection, and then you can like blow it up to like move stuff around. And the goal was to like rack up points. And at the end,
Look at this.
if you made it to the end, there would be like a natural disaster of some kind.
Oh, okay.
So you'd be like
We'll adjust
tornado
the weather.
alley.
The tornado's coming in. We'll adjust the weather a little.
Yeah.
I get to move
Nice.
5. I'm going to go 1, 2, lap, 3, 4, 5, spend a blue tire to go 6. Then this guy moves.
Yeah, already moved.
Oh, wait, he already moved. Right, because he was in front.
Yep.
Blue. Mike.
Card.
Yeah, with 3 players, it can take a bit, and doing streams always adds like 50% to the game
Yeah.
time. It adds a ton.
Sure.
More than people that watch might necessarily realize.
Yeah.
Just you feel the need to talk through your turns more, to explain things, to
Right.
do whatever.
Yeah, when we played the other day, it was like I'm playing 4. I'm
What does
playing,
the what does the blue one do?
the blue flag, you lap more easily. So
Oh, perfect.
you're in a position where it would help you here.
Blue flag. Be
I
great.
believe you can lap through corners at 1 movement instead of 2.
Okay. Great.
And I
perfect.
think you don't have to make checks if you're the leader.
Perfect. So I'm
And
playing
I
these
would
2
love,
cars.
The blue flag right now.
I spend the whole game thinking the blue flag ain't that great, and then you get to the end and you're like, no, this is super good.
Yeah.
So blue flag plus a card
Blue flag. You get a card. You got to spend 2 damage and 2 tires.
I'm gonna
It's a
do.
very aggressive force.
Yeah, I hate the. I got rid. I had 3 of them.
Yeah.
I got rid of 2
That
of
was
them.
me last game.
Yeah.
They were
man.
the same ones too.
Tons of like 4 tire
So
marks.
2 tires. I'm gonna get rid of 1 tire, and then this card that I hate.
Okay.
This 3 tire 3.
Draw you 2 damage. Yeah, the speedy cards, the red cards, tend to have more damage and tire
Right.
marks.
Which makes sense.
Red and another one. A red.
2 reds. Okay.
I'm not pitting again, so that's really not
Sure.
consequential, but or planning not to pit
Mhm.
again.
Okay. And then you're
Then you
moving
move 5.
5 plus 2 is 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do I have to, what do I have to do to pass him? I
You
can't pass
can't.
him,
You can't.
Because you were on the same lap.
so I'm stuck there.
That dude is very far behind, so you can pass him more easily. Okay. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And that's it. The final yellow pits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I'm in hell with these cars I need to
Well,
lap.
my friend in hell, why don't you continue
Yeah.
to the next level?
I need to contest these guys.
Yes, he will fight you.
The ironic thing is, now that we're ending early, I wouldn't have had to pit.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
true. Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
What do you do? Again, there are official rules for a short game. It's marked on here. It's about 2/3 the length.
Did you draw for?
It's these.
No. Okay.
8.
8. Cool. I'll take damage.
I believe there are other rules as well for a short game. Maybe like a passing
It-
rule changes or something.
It probably changes the pitting.
It might
too.
change how pitting works. But alas, life. I mean, if we were doing this as a job professionally, maybe we would.
Maybe we could just keep going.
Maybe we would already have our parabolic lens.
We probably would have
Oh,
started
that's
earlier.
true.
We would have already have our parabolic lens. So
We'd be able to pay someone to run the stream.
if you just donate, somebody could donate like $20,000 to $30,000.
Put up the graphic.
What do you think?
I got the graphic in there somewhere.
No, it's not in here.
Come on, we've put it up before.
Let me just look here. I'll go to the board.
Donations are certainly optional, but very much appreciated.
Like I said, $20,000 to $30,000.
If
Great.
yeah,
All right. I'm just gonna play this +4.
we should buy stake in Phasing Player LLC.
I'm
Playing a 4, take 1 damage, 2 tire.
gonna discard 1 tire.
You're out of tires.
I'm out of time. I'm out of tires. And then I'll take my my damage. Car's gonna blow up. And I'll move.
Are all the links the same? So
One.
this old image will be fine.
The like donate one.
Yeah.
2, 3,
Just gotta move to the bottom.
4.
There you go, everybody.
Yeah.
Donate.
1,
I don't
2,
see it.
3, 4.
It'll come up. It's behind.
Oh, you're right.
It's not gonna be up there. It's
Oh,
gonna be up there.
I was looking at the program feed.
That's before. That's upstream.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
Okay. And I'll line myself up with this 2.
Okay.
That's me.
How do you feel about that turn?
Not great. Out of tires.
You're healthy in the lead, though. Healthy lead.
And moves up.
Yeah, I'm really stuck behind this yellow car. Is like I don't quite have the movement to.
Moves up. These guys move up.
That's getting crowded.
Yeah.
Traffic jam.
And then Mike, you and I have a contest.
Oh, these are my card.
Let's see. I don't need this. Oh, I do. Ooh, this could be a big turn. No. I have +2 adjustment to you. You get +2 from this.
Okay. These two.
I hate this. I want to go first. So I'm gonna get caught up in those corners otherwise. Four and 3.
5 and a 2.
Yeah. All right. Take your turn, my friend.
Card, please.
There you go. I also a credit to this game. I'll say, the deck of cards, the standard deck of cards, is really big. There are a ton. Even with 3 players drawing a bunch of extra cards all the time, there's still quite a few left. We still have like a lot of cards remaining.
These contest cards I can't use anymore, right?
Not this turn.
Okay.
Get interns. I mean, I guess I sort of feel, as the person that started this channel, that everyone that appears on it is sort of an intern because I'm not paying them.
Yeah, I think I'm an intern.
That's true.
About at the intern status at this,
If you
at this
think about it like that, yes.
establishment.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna play these 2 cards. Let me go to the thing here. 2 and a 1. I gotta get rid of 2 tires. Oh, this is supposed to be that way.
So you're moving 1, 2, 3, and you could move an extra, or you can hang out on this +2.
I'm gonna hang on that +2.
God, this is a mess over here. It's
I
just
know.
Mhm.
I don't know how I'm gonna
cards.
get past that ever.
You can kill a donation button also. Did you?
Oh, I'll kill it. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
how am I gonna get past that?
Well, they're gonna move up into this little area, but you're right. No, it's
they're gonna
you're
get
not.
locked
You're
up.
not.
This is
Yeah.
not
you
gonna-
need
yeah,
to time
this is
it. You
gonna
need
be
to
bad.
time it so this
Right.
straight is where
Right.
they're gonna be when you
Right,
move,
right.
which is
They
hard.
need to be-
Or the late break. If this area is where you pass.
This is a nightmare. Look at that.
Look at that.
That
Look at all
sucks.
those. Look at all
Gotta
those.
wait till we
dudes.
get here, though.
That's the good one.
That's the good spot. But this, bad.
No good. Okay.
Here's my 2 tires.
What is better, PayPal or I never knew if it was Ko-fi or Coffee.
Coffee. It's like the
I know
yeah.
they say like buy a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
I don't know which takes more. I guess PayPal. I don't really know which takes more, honestly.
I think the main thing is which company has figured out that they need to start charging for business donations and go to and get off at that
PayPal.
one. PayPal, you can still skirt it because you can say friends
Your
or
friends and
whatever, right?
family. I don't know with my donation link if you can though.
Well, I'm not saying this specifically. I just mean like all these companies are like the better ones
Sure.
are adding fees, whereas the old like I think Venmo still doesn't have a fee, but it
Yeah,
is
Venmo
going
cares
after
now.
businesses. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Whichever one you prefer. If you have an account for one and not the other, then that's great. I very much appreciate the people in this chat talking about support. It means a lot because we do put money into this. We talk about silly stuff like parabolic lenses, but honestly, that's maybe not a bad idea and something that I'm going to look into how much that would be because I think that'd be a fun little
Imagine
thing.
if this was zoomed in and you could see the details on the
Not
cars.
just your blurry hand.
Not just me doing maybe a white power symbol.
Dude, I hate that the white power thing.
I know it's
because this is how I like to do threes.
That's what I'm
This is
saying.
how I do threes. And
Sometimes
now I,
I
gotta be
do
careful.
okay, and I feel like I'm.
It's just fine. You gotta be careful. This I used to do threes like this. I feel like I gotta go back to it. I don't know. Jeez, what am I doing?
Jimmy,
Well,
pass
I had
me
a
one
good-
of those
I had a
ones.
good
Just grab
idea
that
in mind.
closest one right there.
This.
No,
this,
that one.
This.
Yeah, just one of those. Yeah, that one.
This.
Let's see what this one
I
does.
relabeled it.
Thank you. We'll see if the 35 does anything. This is experiment time. No, so nothing. Hold on, we just gotta go. It's just so blurry.
Yeah.
I would have to focus in here.
Yeah, you need.
You need a diopter,
you need a
really,
diopter.
or a parabolic.
I'm
I don't
playing
know.
this.
That's what diopters are for.
Not this two. I'm gonna play this. This 4, going into this turn. 1, 2, 3. Unfortunately, is all I can play, and I'll take a flag as well. But I'm gonna lose it in a sec because you lose it at the start of new stages. And that's my turn. This guy moves 2. This guy brings up the rear at 2, and this guy moves 3. All right. Final stage. You got 3 more rounds.
Great.
James,
We'll have a contest with 5 people.
Are you gonna participate?
Oh yeah.
Okay, because you could just take the L.
Yeah. I'm not gonna do that. They all get a
You
minus.
said take the L, and I thought you meant get on like the train.
They all get a -2, which is great.
So we're gonna do this for in case
Yeah.
ordering matters. It's just front to back, so yellow, yellow, black, black.
All right.
So they've got a nice, cool 3. And what's the adjustment here?
-2.
A -2 for everyone in back. Wow. So you actually
I'll win.
can't lose
Yeah.
this one, yeah. So the black card, the black and yellow are going to just kind of exchange spots. One of them is going to get ahead. One of them is going to be behind.
Not that it matters too
No,
much.
So it goes yellow, black, yellow.
Kinda does.
Yellow, black.
The heart of the cards.
The heart of the cards.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
do.
So yeah, yellow
Alright.
should be in the back.
And I will draw a card.
So this got all messed up a little bit, but
Yeah,
looks pretty good.
it's about to clear out somewhat. Depends. I guess it really depends how far Jimmy's going to go.
Okay. Here's a question.
Yes.
The track cards. If I have one that's play as any pair, can I play two if one of them doesn't match the corner?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no! If one of them doesn't match the corner, no, they have to match the corner. The only thing that skirts is the regular movement rules of having to play 2 2s or a 1 and something else.
Got it.
I believe the actual phrasing is that it skirts pair rules.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna play. Move to lamp. Okay. I'm gonna play these two. And spend
It's a 2 and a 3. just to
blue.
be
Yep.
clear.
A 2 and a 3. So I'm gonna save my tire with save tire. I draw for a damage, and I'll move up 6.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, 6, 7. That's
Eight.
okay. That's where it came from.
So that's
Okay.
8 movement.
So hold on.
And you can pass this guy because you're lapping him.
Right. Sorry. I'm going to play this card instead. Because I get the bonus movement. That's what I was banking on. So I'll still spend the blue tire. What are they doing for me? But I don't need to take a damage. And I
Okay.
do need to pass a check at plus 20.
So you're moving 7 then, once you pass
Mhm.
that check, right?
Yep. At plus 20. So that's 56. Passed.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You gotta pass a check here.
That's right.
4 move right now. Be your 38. 5, 6, 7.
Great.
Pretty solid lead here.
Don't you pit next turn though, or is that not you?
He does-
I
yes, that's-
certainly do.
That is him.
Yeah, you pit next.
But that's why I need to be so far ahead, right?
Sure. Okay, this guy. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4.
This guy needs to move too. I passed him.
Oh, you're right. 1, 2. So this guy is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. These trajectories.
Ugh.
1, 2, 3. And Mike, you and I gotta have a contest. Take your cards back too from the contests that we did last turn. And this is a no bonus section. So it is what it is. Four, 5, 6, 7.
2-1.
Take a lead. You retain that trajectory then. All right. Well, I gotta scoot pretty far ahead here as well. Oh, and no, I didn't do a late break. Never mind. My last thing was when I win contests. I can, I think, get stuff. Last game. All right, we're gonna go with. I think it's got to be these.
Got a lot of cards there.
I know I do, and honestly, they're not good.
That's where I was.
All right, we're just gonna play this 3. 2 tire damage, and 1 damage. The damage gets me a +1 movement. It's a brown. 1, 2, 3, and then the +1 movement from damage knocks me into here. And that is it. Mike, it's your turn.
It's not game pass you.
Now you can't pass me.
You could late break, but it still only gets you behind him.
Son of a bee. So you gotta have banging tires to late break, huh? Or to
pass in
to
corners.
pass.
Yep.
And that's
It's a strategy. You can switch to it, but
I would lose a turn if I
you would lose
switched.
the
Mhm.
turn.
I should have
Yeah.
switched to it when I pit.
I'm about to have to pit, and then I'll be at the back of the pack for a bit in a corner, so I'll probably switch back to banging tires.
I didn't
Sure.
think about it. I should have definitely switched to that when I pitted just now.
Yeah, trying to figure out when to use which strategy. Like some you look initially and some seem better than others,
Yeah.
but there are definitely instances where it's like, this specific instance, I really want this one strategy, and I don't have it.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna play.
Chase is an interesting one too.
Mm-hmm.
Presumably, the player you played it on is going to play good cards, so then you
I'm
take
gonna
them.
play these two.
Okay, so you're moving 3.
I'm moving 3.
Get a card, spend a tire.
Here's a tire.
You played a red, so you'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 into there.
Oh, do I have to use the trajectory, or can I line up on that too?
I think you have to.
Have to use it.
I think so. You could just play one card if you want.
But then that. But-
If you just played this one,
But then I can't. I won't line up, right?
yeah, you will, because
You've got balance.
You have balance, so you still would get the trajectory.
Oh, you're right. Okay. yeah, I'll
1,
do
2,
that.
3.
So give me that tire.
Okay. 1, 2. 2. That's it. James must pit.
I must pit. And I'm going to. I'm going to discard. Oh, that's the wrong spot.
You're pitting, so 1, 2, 3, 4.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to swap to banging wheels, which I had said. I'm going to stick with soft tires.
Yes, this is the second turn, then you'll
Mhm.
add him.
I'll fix up all my damage. My wheels are banging.
Okay,
And I get a track card for pitting.
and then it is the leader's turn.
And I'll draw 3.
Moves 2 plus 2 spaces.
4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Bonus. This guy then moves 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3.
Are you not supposed to do the lapped people yet?
You do. It doesn't matter what lap they're on.
just
You
section.
move leader backwards.
Okay, got
Not in like the race position, just in the physical position.
Got it.
All right, and then James, you get to move.
Excellent.
Here's your card. It's penultimate turn for a short race. So make it count. He's back.
Alright, I'm going to move 4. And I get the orange flag and a card.
The orange flag and a card. Did you get a card?
Yep.
Okay.
You know there's going to be some last minute late break.
There could well be. Take a card as
Alright.
well. 5. So if I can move 5 here, that would be great. But I can't. Yes, I can. Playing that, take a tire damage. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. Spend a soft tire to move up there. Okay. Mike. Thank you very much for the donation, Matthew. Very kind, very happy to help you through your Chicago traffic. I hope the interstate started moving at some point. I drove yesterday. I drove to Wheaton, and on my way
Story time.
home, while you're thinking through your turn, on my way home, my lane suddenly stopped on the highway, and like the air smelled really bad. And eventually, I realized that in like a 2-lane part of the freeway, there was a semi truck that was just like billowing smoke.
Oh boy.
It was coming out of like the back of the truck, the cab, or not the cab, the whatever the back part of a semi truck is called.
Trailer.
Thank you. And yeah, it was like I don't know what happened. I hope everything was okay, but it was just like, yeah, like black and gray smoke just like filling up the sky.
Jeez. I'm gonna play this card. It's a 5, going through turn 6.
Which you are.
And I get the +2
Yep.
because I'm really cool.
So you're gonna get locked up right here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'll get the +2, but only gets me 1.
Okay.
Can't pass, right? No
Can't pass in a corner. Not without banging wheels.
I've got banging wheels. These wheels are
Oh,
banging.
but I
That's
do. Oh no, I don't. Never mind.
Last turn. Final turn of the game.
Okay.
This guy. 1.
Oh, I
2,
do. I get the
3,
blue.
4.
I get the blue, which I have. Also get a hazard.
You also didn't move those purple cards.
Yes, I just did.
Okay.
I also get a hazard though.
For what?
There was a yellow yellow flag on that card.
Oh, okay.
There's an orange flag. Oh.
That one. Yeah, that's the only one.
And I'm gonna put this.
It has to go in a corner. You can put
Did
it
you
here.
move this guy?
I just
already?
did.
Okay.
Because
I'm gonna put it there.
okay, so that guy moved. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then a contest. Nope, no contest because of the hazard. 1, 2, 3.
And then I will go take this final race card.
It's a semi truck parked over here in this corner. It's just billowing smoke.
This is
So
a
we
pretty
can't drive far.
terrible end of the game. Because
I did not go visit your grandfather, Matthew. I went to watch, incidentally, fittingly, I guess. I went to watch my wife race bikes at the Cyclocross Nationals.
okay, I guess I'll just
Or
play.
not Nationals, World Championships.
I think it is nationals.
Is it?
The
Whose wife is she? Is what I want to know.
okay, I'm gonna play these 2 2s. I think this is as much movement as I can get out, unless I can get rid of all these soft tires, which I don't think I can. 3, 4, 5 for a soft tire,
Okay.
and I get to draw a card.
You can spend another one to pass that guy, right?
You
Yeah.
only spend 1 soft tire around.
Oh, I should have been spending these. Thought I was saving them up.
For one last super push.
I was saving them up for a super push.
No, 1 per round.
Can't use them now.
1 per round. Okay.
What a waste of soft tires.
That's your move.
Yep.
Then I'll go ahead and I'm not gonna bother drawing a card.
It could be the one.
It's not gonna.
I'll just flip the deck over.
It's fine. I'll play this sucker to move 3. 1, 2, 3, and a soft tire. To get in
You
front
guys
of it.
aren't taking the -1 movement.
What?
Did you take the -1 movement?
Oh,
from the
you're right.
hazard?
You're right. I should be back here. Did you,
Did
James?
you?
No, I'll be in the front of that pack, I guess.
You're right. Good call, Mike. See, you do know what's going on.
I'm a genius.
And then I'll take 2 damage, and that's my turn.
Mike set it up for the robocars to win.
I set it up for not what I set up. I didn't set anything up.
You put this here deliberately to prevent me from
prevent
winning the
you
contest,
from winning the
and
game.
well, I would have won the contest, and then I could have played more cards with more movement and
Yeah.
busted ahead.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, these guys are in my way. That's the problem.
I
That's what you did.
I understand. All right, I'm gonna go 4 and 1.
That's 5.
That is 5.
Mm-hmm.
Can't beat me though.
So you're moving 1, 2, 3,
Well,
4.
it's 1,
Yeah,
2, 3, 4 to the back of the pack,
and 5 to pass me.
and then 5 to pass you, and then soft tires
Ooh, so you're finally using them.
to pass this yellow guy, and then a second soft tire to overtake
Oh, and
Jim.
what's this? You have even more soft tires available. Stored
What's
up.
that? The
1,
German
2.
driver with the steel
1, 2.
chair.
Oh, well, you better believe I'm putting this weather down. It's getting less sunny.
Oh yeah. Well, that is the end of the short race then.
And I lose a tire.
So the super fast car wins. The super fast car comes in second, and the fast car comes in third. And those guys should have been lapped.
Yeah, that guy's been lapped.
That guy's I forgot to put mark on. And then James comes in third.
James
Yeah.
is in the bronze.
Bronze.
A player comes in third.
Yeah.
So had this
Terrible.
continued on for the short race is, like I said, is a roughly 2/3 the length of the full race. It looks longer, but then these get short at the end. But looking at the track, I mean, I don't know. We're all in a relatively close position here. I don't know how else would
Yeah.
have panned out.
You have to pit again.
I have to
Right,
pit
you
again.
would have to
He
pit again.
doesn't.
I don't.
I
I would have
don't.
been maybe less aggressive
Yeah,
on
having
this,
to pit
the
again.
very
So
end, but
timing your pitting is tricky.
Yeah.
That pitting skill is really good.
mhm.
Yeah, that helped you quite a bit on that last pit. I should have gotten banging tires. I would have been in a way better position.
It's pretty good.
It is.
On that second pit, I don't know why I didn't. I
This-
just didn't even think about it.
This track has
I
more
definitely
corners
should've
than the
gotten banging
one we
wheels.
did the other day.
Yeah.
So banging tires makes it a lot
I got so congested
easier.
here.
Yes.
Here too, actually, I got congested at the very end as well. Hey, what do you guys think about the game? Jimmy, this is your second time playing it. Mike, this is your first time playing it.
I like it. This one did go on a bit, but
Mhm.
that's like you said. I think an aspect of the stream. Something I like is the sort of variable cars. So like the cars all have different stats. My
Mhm.
car has a healthier engine than Scott's, but it also has fewer tire overall. Mine can only have 8, which meant using the soft tires. I didn't really have a lot of tires to spend,
Yeah.
which is why I went to save tires later. Um,
And that an advanced like module we didn't play with allows you to customize your cars.
yeah, I'd be interested to check that out.
Yeah. You have like a point total.
Sometime in the future.
You have a point total of 8, I believe, or 6. I think it's maybe 6 or 8.
Yeah, these have different points.
And like you can
yeah,
adjust.
this adds to 6.
Yeah, and so you can adjust how you like the tire integrity works, how your car damage works, how many cards you get. These cost points. There are like markers the game comes with. And then one of these skills is tuning, which gives you more points to work with when customizing your car.
Yeah, so you can make like a supercar.
Yeah.
At the start. But then you, of course, can't do.
Right, you don't get your other skills. Yeah, what about you, Mike? You learned and played the game today. While
And
running
ran the stream.
And ran the stream. You've been doing everything.
Yeah, it was not bad doing that. I think racing games in general are a tier under games that I prefer.
Yeah.
I think they're just in their category. Like, there's a bunch of types of games that I like better than a racing game. Of racing games, this is probably the best one I've played. I've only played Flame Rouge as
Yeah.
the other one. I actually don't know if I like. I'd have to play that one again to see whether I like this one better. But I
Yeah.
feel like the customization was fun
Mm-hmm.
of the cars, which you don't do in Flame Rouge. Also, a lot of things in Flame Rouge didn't make a lot of. I remember it being like. It didn't make a lot of sense. It's like all of the little things in this one make sense. Like
Right.
passing it, like you can imagine being the car and like skidding off into the dirt or whatever, or having to like
Yeah.
pass and hit the car. Whereas in Flame Rouge, I felt like a couple things were just there as game mechanics. But I did like it. I mean, I enjoyed myself, which is most important, I guess.
Yeah, and in my off-camera experience, it certainly plays quicker than it shows. Not to say it's a short game. This isn't a game you'd finish in an hour.
Right.
But what we learned, I taught you the game.
Yeah,
We looked
it
up
took
rules
like
a
a
bunch.
2.5 hours.
It's like between 2 and
Yeah.
2.5 hours. For a 2-player game. This is obviously longer, but I could see this game adding a lot of time, like an exponential growth of time for every player you add.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not like
Yeah.
a linear growth of like 20 extra minutes. I think adding more people is going to
No,
be
it's
more and more
like-
and more.
A lot more talking.
And it plays up to
considering.
6.
It's a long game.
Yeah, that's
I'm
pretty
sure.
wild. Yeah.
If you got a bunch of people that
It'd
are
be
like
fun, but you just
big
gotta put
racing
aside like
fans.
6 or so hours.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sure it's like a 6-hour.
if you
game
all
at that
know how to
point.
play and can do it quickly, like your individual turns come up pretty quick usually, but when you run into contests that you have to deal with and whatever else.
I'm never a fan of playing very quickly though. Like I feel like part of the fun is like choosing what to
Figuring
do,
the best. Especially in a
Yeah.
game where it's not just like you're rolling a die and hoping for the best.
Right.
Like
So,
you got these hands of cards and these stuff to match up.
I would play it
Yeah.
with more people. You would just be like, this is gonna be,
We're
we're
gonna
gonna
take a
start a
break
Friday
halfway.
night at 5 p.m. and we're gonna hopefully finish before midnight.
Yeah. A cool thing too that I haven't explored yet. Again, I haven't played too much, but I know that in the new game, and honestly, there's a big community around this game. There are fan-made tracks, there are fan-made rules for a bunch of things. There's all sorts of stuff on Board Game Geek. But something that the game supports is race seasons, where you get points depending on where you finish. I think you get like persistence with your car for like damage, and upgrading your car is like again a persistent thing. Like you maybe start with like level 1 and everything, but then as you go from race to race, you can upgrade stuff.
It's better. Yeah.
You do, because the game right now, no fan stuff. With expansions, there are 6 tracks available. So then you could do like, a 12 race season and do each track twice. And then at the end, like evaluate stuff. And I know there are people, on Board Game Geek that like have done dozens of seasons. Like every winter they do a 20 race season or something.
I'm always very interested when there's a surprisingly deep thing where like up until a few weeks ago I'd never heard of this game, and then it's like, oh, there are people who have played dozens of seasons, which means they've played many dozens of games. Right.
Like hundreds of games, probably. I think if you are really it seems like a game where if you're really into its theme, because it's a real theme, right? F1 racing is a real thing. I could see people being super into this. Like, this is the thing they play.
Is this on TTS?
It is. It's also on Vassal. The tabletop sim mod isn't great because it's really low resolution. I have thought about making a better one.
You can ask him if you want.
I could reach out. Yeah, you just need the high res assets. I've also thought about with my copy making high res assets, just myself. Taking a high res photo of the board like head on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's a lot of fun. It scratches an itch for me that I look for in racing games, where it feels. It feels like racing to me. It feels like you're fighting with like there's one dude ahead of you for a while, and you're fighting to get around them. And I think the strategy of racing also comes through, where it's not just go as fast as you can. It's okay. There's a series of these corners coming up. I need to pass someone here because otherwise I'm going to get stuck behind them for this whole trip.
Right.
And then when you get out of this last corner, like get ready to put the pedal to the metal because there's this giant straightaway.
Right.
And so I think like different courses, like you said, James, there's more turns here than the last one. So it changes kind of what you're trying to do. When you want to get banging wheels or when you want to be like saving up your big cards. It's a cool game. It's certainly a cool game. I'm looking forward to the second edition, just in that it has all the extra stuff in. I know the expansions for this are hard to find in America. I think maybe easier to find in Europe. And the game itself is also it's been out of print for a long time, which is why they did a second edition. If you go online, go into the Board Game Geek page, or if you just look up Race Formula 90 second edition on Kickstarter. Again, second edition, because the first edition was on Kickstarter for about an hour, and it will show up in searches.
Who are those 17 people?
Who are the 17?
Who are
It's
they?
a documentary that we gotta make.
We should make that documentary.
I talked to you about wanting to make some little documentaries
let's do
about
it.
the board game stuff.
We'll call it the 17 people who backed
Wow,
this game.
that's gonna
Yeah.
SEO right there.
You don't think that's good?
Race Formula 17?
Right? No.
Question mark?
Into the storm.
Into the storm.
Into the storm.
Into the storm. I was gonna say. Okay.
If you're one of the 17, please reach out. Let me know. Anyway, yeah, that's gonna do it. Again, sorry that we cut it a little short for the short race, but we started late, took some time, and we got life to live.
I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
I pitted at the wrong time and unnecessarily, and that's just fine with me, man.
Rallyman GT is another good racing game. Someone is saying in chat. A handful have been thrown out. Downforce people were talking up earlier is a good racing game. There's another Formula
A
racing
lot
game.
of downforce talk in the chat.
A lot of Downforce. People are like, well, maybe we'll have to look at Downforce at some
People
point.
are pumped.
But yeah, Downforce, Flamme Rouge. I would like to see. I was actually talking to my wife about this because again, she's really into cycling. A game like Race Formula 90 in terms of nuance and resolution of rules and complexity, but still like turn to turn relatively easy to play for cycling because I like cycling. Cycling's cool. Flamme Rouge is cool, but also very simple.
I think I don't know. My understanding is the expansions add some
Pelotons.
some much needed complexity to the game.
We should just be playing Snow Dogs.
Snowtails.
We should definitely just be playing Snowtails.
Yeah.
Big paws.
It's got dogs in it.
It does have dogs in it. I like dogs.
Dog
I
racing.
love dogs.
Yeah.
See, you've heard it here first.
I love them.
Hot take.
Dogs are good.
Dogs. Good.
All right.
What
Well,
do you think, America?
That's gonna be it. Actually, one last positive note I want to throw out this game. Really, honestly, pretty small table hog. Does not take up
That's
that much
true.
space.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, I
board
like-
is pretty small.
I like that the
Yeah.
the placard is.
This is the entirety of the space you need for a player. It's like this board. This is
Mhm.
it. Everything goes on here. You got to hand a card separate from it. Otherwise, it all fits on here.
I do think it's weird that there's not a spot for what kind of tires.
I
you have.
think if I had to guess, you put it along with your
Yeah.
tires like this.
Right.
Like kind of goes
But it doesn't like fit.
along here.
like,
I know
the other
it's
ones
not,
fit
it's not perfect.
perfectly.
It's not perfect. The second edition I think is a bit larger in general. But yeah, Race Formula 90. Check the Kickstarter, which is just ended, but you can still pick it up. Gotha Games is the company. Alessandro Lala is the designer. Thanks for watching. I don't have a hat to throw at you like I have in
We'll
the
go to the
past.
board. Peace.
Peace.